Alrighty, well, welcome to the first game between Vinchester and Kasva, and Vinchester has gone for purple, and I think that's, red, purple, that is too close together, right, isn't it? Yeah, let's change that color, shall we, for the duration of this match. We'll just make them blue. There. I'm sorry, Vinchester. I know you like purple, but we'll keep it blue for now, so it's easier to distinguish on the minimap as well. So, in any case, welcome to the first game between Kasva and Vinchester in this elimination match for King of the Desert 4 in the group stage. This means that whoever wins this game has another shot at making it to the playoffs, whereas the person that loses this game is definitively out of the tournament. There's no way to get back in the way this tournament is set up in the group stage. Now, we have Vinchester here going for Incas. Yeah, I thought he was going to go for Incas. Anyways, Incas for him. Kasva also going for his first Civ pick in the draft, which is Britons. So Britons versus Incas. Ooh, interesting matchup, because you would say that Incas have the advantage late in the game with Elite Eagle Warrior, but early on, I think Britons should be better here. Just the better Civ. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, if there's any civilization that can counter the counter versus of eagles, which is longswords, right? If there's any civ that can do it, it's Incas. Because Incas get slingers. So if you want to go longswords against them, like Doubt did against Yo the other time, that doesn't work here. That's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work here if of course Vinchester makes those slingers, because slingers will absolutely massacre the longsword. So we'll see how that's gonna go. That's why Incas are a very versatile meso civ, or Eagle Civ, because they are basically a jack of all trades. You know, they can all do all these little things. Whereas it's a bit more limited for the other Eagle Civs. As we have a scout now fighting, finding the eagle in the middle, but of course the eagle can win that fight, so the scout should be nowhere near that. But Kasva does know now that Vinchester is close with his eagle, and he should be careful not to get lamed here, as Vinchester also sees that Kasva is. His CC is right there, so he's not going to run right into that. Now, Vinchester's scouting around, and he might go for this elephant. I mean, it seems like a Vinchester thing to do. Using your micro here to get an elephant. Yeah, the villager does not have loom, so she should be careful here, as the scout for Kasva is not anywhere near. A loom, still not in here as well, so that villager, yeah, definitely has to run away from this eagle. It can definitely kill her. Scout from Kasva has gone forward though, so at least he's forward, so he could go for a counter, as we have a pre-mill drush now from Vinchester. So he's gonna make militia, like 2 militia now, before making a mill on his berries. So that's it's a very fast drush, one of the fastest drushes that you can do, unless you lift the Wadians. But yeah, let's see if Kasva can scout that. Where's Kasva? Kasva's still at home now, kind of dealing with Vinchester's scout, and Vinchester's kind of distracting Kasva as well. And Kasva hasn't really found Vinchester's base yet, so he won't be able to spot this pre-mill drush coming. But look at the score. Look at the score. As soon as you make militia, look at that score jump. As soon as the militia is created, that score. Yeah, see, score will go up higher and higher. And when you see someone's score go up that high, this early, I mean, either you have to assume that your opponent is just way better than you, and you suck. But if you don't suck, and you know that, then that means that your opponent's probably doing something differently from you. And in Dark Age, there's not a whole lot of options there. It's either he's scouting around the map a lot, or he's making a drush. And yeah, there come the 2 militia. You cannot afford a third one. It's just too much for your economy to handle. It's already too stretched out as is. So it's usually only 2. Because the longer you wait, then at some point it doesn't really because if you wait too long, right, to go for a 3 militia drush, then, well, think about it. Then you might as well go for a post-mill drush, right? You just drop your mill, then make the drush, because your drushes are going to arrive at the same time. There you go. Well, Kasva probably expecting that drush is pre-walled in his villages a little bit. Yeah, he sees it now, confirming that, yes, indeed, that is what Vinchester is doing. And Vinchester is not going to get a whole lot of damage done. Kasva instead might just go for men-at-arms here. With Britons. Might just go for men-at-arms. He might also go for scouts. I mean, Britons can go for scouts. You don't have bloodline, so it's not a really good long-term strategy, but it's there. It's an option. Although in this case, I'm not sure if you want to be making that. Because your biggest strength, of course, as Britons, is archers. Like, it's pretty straightforward. As, yeah, Vinchester now also clicking up. Only like, what, like 30 seconds delayed, so it's not too bad. Slightly delaying Kasva's economy a little bit, you know, a bit of idle time cost here. You know, the fact that he's chopping stragglers mostly. So yeah, it's as good as it's good. It is as good as it's gonna get here with these militia. As he is attacking a house now, which is -2 melee armor. So now these militia do 6 damage. Almost as if they were men-at-arms attacking a normal house with no melee armor. So as Kasva is putting a palisade around this. Oh, he's trying to quick wall in his villager so he can repair it, but that's not going to happen. And now a little bit of idle time again for Kasva, and that house might just go down here, which is kind of a problem because he might actually get house then if he doesn't build a new house. He's not building a new house. There's a house. Okay, there's a house right there. So, okay, Kasva walling in his villager now so she can repair the house. Now the house is more melee damage as well. Yeah, the repair should be good enough to keep that up. So there you go. There you go. All good now. As Vinchester tries to get into that palisade wall to kill the villager, but I don't think Kasva's gonna let that happen. And if that happens, he just runs away, right? As oh, interesting. So Vinchester added another militia, and this is actually pretty common nowadays. What I see is that you add another militia and then go for men-at-arms anyway. So you go from pre-milled rush into men-at-arms. For some reason, you can actually afford that, and it actually works out quite nicely. So these are going to be men-at-arms in a second. Something that Kasva should know because, well, there's a third militia now. There's no way that Vinchester would invest in that if he wasn't going to go for men-at-arms. And now, yeah, now it's men-at-arms, which are a lot stronger. Now, we do have a back gold for Kasva. We have berries in the back. We already saw that, obviously. For Vinchester, his gold is forward. So all this aggression is really good, right? It's keeping Kasva away from his gold for now. And also, it's Britain. So you want to delay Britons as long as you can, as much as you possibly can. You know, because you do not want them to get to a nice ball of archers. And they will get to that ball because it's Britons. Their archer ranges work faster. They produce way more archers potentially than you possibly could, you know, doing the same thing. So yeah, it's just difficult to keep up with that. It's like trying to keep up with the scout numbers for Huns. Huns stables work faster, so it's the same kind of thing. Well, we have a blacksmith going up over here as well. That's for fletching and things like that. And the like. Some archers already for Vinchester, which he's sending forward already to probably join up with his militia, his men-at-arms, I mean, at some point. As Kasva is actually taking the food here, so maybe Vinchester could have killed these zebra. He can't see that Kasva is on them, so he might go back and actually do that and kill these zebra and deny that food for Kasva. But then again, Kasva has his archers posted in the back. This also tells Vinchester that these archers are, well, they're not at his base, so it's fine. Yep, there you go. That's a little bit less food, but that doesn't mean that Kasva is actually gonna go right take all this food, right? He's sending more villagers, so I guess he did want the food. It's a bit of extra hunt. That's always nice. Yeah, Kasva is going to clean up the men-at-arms now. At least chases away. Now, I mean, they're still delaying, right? Like, running away from this means that these archers are still chasing this army, dodging, you know, wasting a lot of arrows, even though archers have infinite arrows. And, ooh, Lion finding the archers. And while Vinchester happened to be looking at his archers there because he immediately reacted before the Lion even did any damage. Some skirmishes as well from Vinchester to protect his own base. He has a really nice hill here to control. I mean, it's a nice hill if he's in control of it. It's not a nice hill if he loses control of it. Same thing over here. That's why he's walling on this side so that the gold stays a little bit safe. Because if his enemy can sit on this hill, denying the gold, not good. Not good. Oh, we have a villager trying to wall at that side, and the villager goes down, the scout goes down. Very nice job from Vinchester. Showing once again that, yes, it might just be 2 archers, but you can get a lot of value from 2 archers if you're just aggressive enough with them. Snipes an archer as well with those 2 archers. Gets another archer. Yeah, these archers have already gotten all the value that they needed there. 2 archers down and 2 villager down. Very good. Good stuff. At the same time, with all this aggression, Kasva has not been able to really do any counter damage to Vinchester, and Vinchester is using that as an opportunity to wall up the most of his map here. And I like his walls. Look how much space he has within these walls now, and also all the stones are right in there as well. If you want a cheaper castle for Incas, because all your stone buildings are discounted, that's the way to go. The way to go. Now, for the first time in the game, Kasva going for a counterattack now, having stabilized his own base. He's also going for the crazy walls himself, so he will also have a nicely walled base. Something that you kind of want to do with Britons. You know, you want to claim some space for yourself, because expansion is always difficult when you don't have a lot of mobility. Kasva coming forward with some skirms as well as getting the armor upgrade on them now. That means that these archers are going to have a difficult time dealing with these skirmishers now, as they only take 1 damage from them. As you can see, 4 pierce armor, 5 attack. And no bonus damage versus skirmishers, obviously. Only versus spearmen. Yeah, Vinchester with the superior force now. Pushing forward. I mean, superior as in this force can beat this force. That's what superior means here. Is Kasva is running inside of his base, behind his gates. Yeah, Vinchester cannot chase that. And again, Kasva, he doesn't want to take fights here. He doesn't want to take risks. He just wants to keep his group of archers alive. He wants to build those numbers as well as he can, so he can get, in the next days, he can get crossbow, which are superior with Britons because of the range. Vinchester's still making archers, but the question is whether he's going to stick with archers or he's going to try to switch into eagles here. Oh. Now, eagles have 5 pierce armor, right? If you get all your upgrades. This is true. So they are not the worst against crossbows, which only have 7 attacks, so they take 2 damage. But they have less HP than a knight, right? So in the end, despite knights having less pierce armor, they're able to tank more shots from a crossbow. As Kasva is very offended by Vinchester throwing arrows at his wall, and yeah, taking out most of these archers, losing 3 to 4. That's good. KD still favoring Kasva for now. Also, Vinchester hasn't clicked up yet. I thought he had already clicked up. Ooh. Well, that means the Britain player is going to get to the next stage a little bit before, and also dropping a stable now to make a few knights here and there as well. That's not going to be full knights, at least I don't think so. But yeah, you definitely need your extra archer range now. Yeah, just a few knights just to deal with the skirmishes that Vinchester is making, because Vinchester doesn't really want to go archers here. Like, you don't... Like, that's the thing. Yes, you can go archers against Britons. Yes, you could even out-micro Britons. But the thing is, you're playing a game that Britons are very good at, right? You're basically playing to the strength of the Briton player. You know, where it is crossbow with more range, archers that are produced faster. Like, Britons have just all these bonuses that make archer play so easy, which... Inkas, being a jack of all trades, they get bonuses that allow them to do a lot, but not do something like exceptionally well, which is what Britons do. Yeah, so with this, Vinchester has doubly walled all his battle-state walls, you know, so he can defend himself. But now, defending with some skirmishes, he's still 1 minute away from gas slates. But of course, there's a hole! Oh god, no, a hole! Oh! That, every time it freaking happens, every time, you gotta check with palisade walls, even double palisade walls as well, and oh, disaster. Kasva gets so lucky right now, sniping 10 villagers right there around his freaking tower. Now there's crossbows on your gold. Oh, what a disaster! What a disaster! And now a knight comes out. This swung around completely. Vinchester had all the fort. He had all the pressure going for it. But he was up a little bit later to castellate. And then he had a hole. One freaking hole, and this is what happens. This is exactly what you want with Britons, by the way. A hole and you just sit right under their tower. Oh. Oh, this sucks. This sucks big time. Because now what do you do? No gold, can't make archers. You could make some eagles, I guess, but... You still need to get a whole lot of upgrades on that, and now, yeah, more knights streaming forward. All the golds that are, are inaccessible, because that one is denied pretty much, and this gold is still... I mean, at least it's accessible if you drop like a TC here. I guess there's that, but yeah, you have a knight on stand ground in the wood line. We have crossbows fighting against skirmishers, which are not elite. No, not elite. They don't even have the second armor upgrade as well. So crossbows could still kill them. Although Kasva should use his knights against this and not sacrifice so many crossbows. So yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Lost a lot of crossbows there, so that's good for Vinchester killing that. But now it's just a lot of knights right now, and that's a problem as well. Tower about to go down. Nope, because the villagers repair it. Imagine if the crossbows had still been alive, then it would have been able to repair this. They wouldn't have been able to repair this tower at all. So yeah. I think Kasva maybe losing those crossbows is why Vinchester's not calling the GG right now. Because if he had gotten a lot of knights out here with crossbows still under that tower, then it would have been, yeah, it would have been disaster. Because Vinchester would never get back to gold ever. As he's still getting raided into the wood line, tries to go for some house walls now. Those succeed. Still a hole though. Yep, gets them up. Very nice. I mean, they're just Britain knights, right? No bloodlines, no armor whatsoever. They're not like really strong. I mean, they die quite quickly to the DC, and even skirmishes can maybe do some damage there. They do 2 damage, so it's something. But yeah, that was kind of a swing in the game right there. Like Vinchester looked to be good. You know, yeah, it got his walls up, everything looked fine, and then one freaking hole. Right at the wrong moment, completely, destroying his lead and giving him, putting him far behind. Because it's now 48 villagers for Kasva, 36 for Vinchester. Remember, Kasva easily can add more town centers because Britain TCs are so cheap. He's actually going 2 stable knights here. He's actually gonna go 2 stable knights, but he doesn't get a lot of upgrades on his knights, which is a problem to me. That is a problem. Like, if you're actually going to commit to knights, then you should commit to knights, get an upgrade as well. Because that's like, what? That's like 2 extra knights in food, but those knights die so fast at DC, it's like, like... Let's just say that if you get armor for your knights here, so you can fight against all the ranged units that are out for Vinchester, it's like adding 2 extra knights, but, for all knights. Especially against crossbows, because they do have 7 attack, and you have only 2 pierce armor. That means you take 5 damage. Like, these knights are going to die quite fast here. Almost has the food to do it, though. So now get the upgrade. Knight upgrade? No. Okay, never mind then. He is selling the food to buy stone so he can drop another town center. So right now, Kasva's not really all in or anything or something like that. He's just trying to keep Vinchester at home in his base, trying to annoy Vinchester, and then, boom up on his own TCs at home. Let's see if the Knights streaming forward again. Look how fast they died. That is... Look how few, that's what? That's 5 crossbows doing 25 damage to a knight there in one shot. That's crazy. But if Mangonel killing a bunch of skirmishers and pushing his army right back again, and Vinchester still cannot move out, still hopelessly behind, and he cannot do any damage to Kasva, which is even worse. He probably wants to go to multiple TCs, but there's no way that he can afford any of that right now. And Kasva is knocking on the door with a Mangonel. Knocking on the door with the Mangonel here as well. Ooh, Vinchester, we know you're crazy, but loses a crossbow there to the Mangonel. Tries to get more kills. Still no armor in for Kasva, so the knights are very useless. Besides sniping siege. Yeah, this has been a rough game for Vinchester. I mean, again, it looked really good at the start with the early aggression. That was fine. Like, he definitely won Feudal Age, but early Castle Age was definitely in the favor for Kasva. Vinchester tries to micro down the Mangonel, but loses some crossbows in the process. Gets the Mangonel, though. Now there's some Scorpions out as well to push the crossbows away even further. The Scorpions are less likely to miss their target. And Vinchester is just under so much pressure. And yeah, it's 70 villagers already for Kasva. 47 only for Vinchester because he's still on 1 TC and he lost a whole bunch of villagers. Ooh, nice shot though. If that hadn't been on a hill, that Scorpion would have been gone. Now it goes down to the crossbow fire, finishing that off. Very nice. Mangonel pushing away this force now. As Kasva gets housed. Ooh, it's a bad house too. He's trying to make villagers and crossbows and a Mangonel, which he can't make right now because he's housed. Oh, that Mangonel could have been almost out by now. But yeah, the housing situation definitely being difficult there. As the Mangonel now getting creative because a knight died and a crossbow died, so that frees up some pop space. Still hasn't built a house. Is he? Okay, now he's building houses. Okay, there it is. Yeah, got housed. Vinchester pushing this, pushing across the map because he needs to do something here. He needs to get some form of damage in against the Britain's player, because otherwise it's just not going to look good. Because the Britain's player now on multiple archery ranges, 3 to be exact, is just going to start adding more and more crossbows now to get that giant ball of crossbows rolling. And these skirmishers do have +2 on their armor, so they are good enough to kill these crossbows. You know, they have bonus damage and they only take 1 damage themselves. So that's dangerous, and definitely keeping these crossbow numbers low for now is good. As Kasva finally gets armor on his knights, the reason for that is he wants to kill these few skirmishers. He wants to be able to snipe mangonels. As a villager is brought forward, I'm not sure what she's going to do. She might go forward to repair, build houses, things like that. For now, a house. Vinchester's looking for her. He's looking for her. He's looking for her. He's not going to find her, though. No, he's not going to find her. Another mangonel coming forward to put some pressure now on Kasva's base. I mean, there's a nice little hill to pressure from. You can do double that or more damage from that hill with your mangonel. Yeah, like the mangonel does way more damage than it normally would do. You can see. Now, it's only palisade walls in most places here for Kasva, as he loses a villager there to the crossbows for Vinchester. Without ballistics too, so that villager could have ran away and be saved. As Vinchester's going to try to make his way into Kasva's base, but Kasva's just going to house wall towards the TC. Even drops a siege workshop at Homs to keep himself safe. There's a TC right there. Crossbows to defend. Yeah, there's no way. No way. Imperial Age coming in for Kasva. Ballistics coming in for Kasva. It's just all super clean. Super clean. Taking that advantage and snowballing it completely. We got a castle going up between the archer ranges, so that cannot be denied. I mean, honestly, like at this point, get that castle, drop it on the gold forward. Get that castle, drop it on his gold forward. Like, it's doable now. Now, Vinchester is bringing out a whole lot of military, right? Like, it's almost double the military for Vinchester than it is to Kasva. But Kasva's going to have arbalest in a second here. With all that Britain range, with all the bracer that you need. Yeah, man, if you can afford it. Castle goes up, kind of defending your base from the right. Kasva can also take the gold right now, puts a town center on the wood line, another cheap one just to protect yourself a little bit. Some eagles came out as well, but it's just eagle scouts, so they're just not the strongest for Vinchester. As Vinchester taking a fight now against the crossbows, but yeah, these crossbows have ballistics, something that Vinchester does not do. And look at the tech difference as well. You can barely dodge this as is. Villager going down still without ballistics, pretty impressive. Mangonel now for Vinchester as well, trying to get a hit on Kasva. Ooh, nice shot there, but right in the middle. For some reason, not a lot of crossbows. Oh, giant shot there. Wow, what a shot. Ooh, Kasva, only 3 crossbows now. That was not a good shot. That was not a good fight for him at all there. It's the kind of stuff that Vinchester needs right now to stay alive. He is trying to get up to Imperial Age himself right now, giving himself a shot as Kasva is dropping towers. Dropping watchtowers on the right side of his gold just to stop these skirmishers from harassing him. One of them will go up, but the second one, no. No, that one will not go up. This one will go up, but that's about it. Skirmishers will have to run away from this now. Crossbows will have to run away from the castle fire. And now it's Imperial Age for Kasva. 102 villagers, 73 for Vinchester only. He is on multiple town centers. 2 at least. He's going to drop a castle in front of his base. That will definitely slow down Castle's push. So it looks like Vinchester still has some fighting spirit in him. Isn't just going to call the GG here just because Kasva is in Imperial Age. But Arbalest with Bracer and extra range are about to hit your base. And that is something that would scare even the Age of Empires veteran that Vinchester is. He's just going to have to protect his own base. It's clicking up right now, so he is going to be able to get to the next stage here in a second. And there he goes. And he's getting the upgrade. Where is that upgrade coming in? Oh, right here. Okay, perfect. Perfect. You don't want to take that on a risky TC outside of your base, obviously, because it's still a very lengthy upgrade. Lots of time for your opponent to deny that, huh? You have a little sneaky eagle army coming in around, but there's not a whole lot to hit here. Kasva has dropped a TC on his wood line there as well. Now you've got 5 TCs, and most of them are mostly just to keep your keep vil production up, but some of them just for safety, right? Yeah, now it's Arbalest. Now, Kasva does not know about this castle just yet. He's going to find out sooner rather than later. As Vinchester now sees the Arbalest. No, which Kasva's like, oh, that's nice. I can walk in here, but no, you can't. No, you can't. No. What? Right back. Yeah, very nice. Still needs to get some armor upgrades on his archers as well. Eagles are doing nothing. Vinchester still a minute and 30 seconds away here from the Imperial Age, and he's gonna go for skirmishers then. Now he gets all the upgrades on him, so at least there's that. He can also remove the minimum range on these skirmishers by getting Andean Sling, which is his is a unique deck that he can get in the castle. As we have Arbalest now fighting against skirmishers. Skirmishers with the +2, but still it's not enough to kill Arbalest with Bracer and Chemistry. We have Lightcap also now, and yeah, that's great. That's a great addition there for Kasva. If he is expecting skirmishers to come forward from Vinchester, which he should expect skirmishers, you know, then exactly the cavalry is the thing that he should be making there. Which let me just eat a few raisins there. Gotta keep the noodle running, don't we? 20 Arbalests on the field already for Kasva, looking really good. 130 villagers, only 80 for Vinchester. Now he is an imp, right? He is an imp. He's not dead yet, so it's not imp into GG. But it's gonna be a tough one here for him. As Kasva brings forward a random trebuchet just to start trebuing down his castle. That should not go down, at least not without support. They should probably bring some light cap forward to deal with these crossbows as well. Some Arbalests to do so. Vinchester repairing the castle a little bit. It should be cheaper to repair for Vinchester because his castles are cheaper anyways, right? Are cheaper anyways because of the stone count, the stone discount on buildings, but still. Imagine having Warwolf right now. You know, you could easily kill out those skirmishers with splash damage on your traps. Another castle for Kasva, and this is how Britons do it, right? You stabilize your own base, and then you just start pushing straight to the middle. Keep going forward with your Arbalest army, although there's not a whole lot of Arbalest over here right now. Actually, they're all the way over here. An army coming into Vinchester's base could easily punch through these palisades. So that's going to be dangerous. Vinchester now also making some Eagle Scouts, so he's thinking about Eagle Warriors, but I don't think he can afford any of that. Just doesn't have the economy to go for Eagle Warriors, and even let alone Elite Eagle Warrior with all the upgrades. Yeah, you just need way more resources than that. And Vinchester's like, yep, nope, that's not gonna work. Skirmishers doesn't work if Lightcap come out, and I cannot go for Elite Eagles, which could have countered Britons, but no. And yeah, it all comes back to this one moment, this one freaking hole between the blacksmith and the archer range. That was the deciding moment in the end. You know, because that was when Kasva got ahead and he never fell behind anymore. Vinchester, he tried, but he just, under too much pressure. Wasn't able to counter what Kasva was doing at that point. That's just well played by Kasva. Taking that advantage, snowballing that with Britons, that's pretty easy. Well, not easy, but very doable as well, because they are a snowbally kind of civ. And once that snowball gets rolling, it might be slow, but it will crush everything that gets in its way. So GG. So look at those statistics. Yeah. Let's see. Right there. Critical moment. Right there. Until then, the game was very even, as you can see. Very even. After this, Kasva was ahead, and he stayed ahead. He's slightly better for Kasva. He did lose a whole lot of crossbows to mangonels and skirmishers. So I mean, Vinchester was doing a good job of trying to keep their numbers down, but there's only so much that you can do in that regard. You know, especially with limited technology in Castle Age. And we have way more resources collected for Kasva with the better economy, as you can see. Boom, right there. Almost double the economy. Not almost double the economy. That would still be 20 villagers, and that's not the amount of villages. You shouldn't have 160 villages on the map. That is definitely an overboom. 140 villages are already kind of close, but yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Vinchester should be the faster player out of the two, but speed is not to say it's not always. Speed speed isn't the only thing that wins game, it's also decision making and strategy. So let me update the scoreboard, and we probably have a game 2 already. Let me get into that. There we go. Perfect. Let me check if there's a second game. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Let me get the game ID. We'll get right into that. Let's see if Vinchester can come back on his home map, huh? In a second game. I mean, I expect this match to go at least to 4 games. Well, at least to 4 games. Like, that would be my expectation here. Because Vinchester's a very tough player to play against as well. Because he's very unpredictable. Which sometimes works against Vinchester as well. You know, when he goes too YOLO and it kind of hurts his own gameplay as well. But in more often than not, the absolute chaos that this man creates, it's hard to deal with, it's hard to contain, and it often benefits him more so than his opponents, because he just takes less damage from it. Alright, we'll see how that's gonna go. As I just noted, Vinchester is sitting at Mem's screen right now. He's probably smiling at the camera because I don't know, he always smiles when he plays. I like that. You know, he seems like such a happy Russian. Such a happy Russian. Anyways, welcome to the second game, and oh boy, we are very close together now, aren't we? Now, Kasva and Vinchester are very close. I mean, Russia and Turkey are neighbors after all, so, you know, even though there's a giant sea, a large sea between them. Anyways, in the, oh, this is actually pretty historical, actually. Kasva here going for Byzantines. Well, I mean, he's Turkish, right? I mean, but Byzantines still lived in Turkey as well, or at least in Anatolia, as they called it, right? And it's Tatars for Vinchester, which Tatars lived in the Central Asian plain, which is, you know, for a large part, Russia. You know, a lot of, you know, especially like the Russian kingdoms had to push away the Tatar Khanates in order to expand their own territory in like the late medieval period. Yeah, so that's kind of funny. Historical matchup. Woo! In any case, let me change the color actually. There we go, blue. That's. I mean, I don't mind purple or red so much, but it's probably easier to distinguish the 2 colors here on the mini map. I mean, I could have made Kasva a different color as well, I know, but I don't know. Red and blue first, it just meshes well, right? It's just very visible. It's very easy to see exactly what is what, so we'll just stick with that for now. Now, let's have a look at the map, shall we? So we have wood lines that generated reasonably close by, not too far away, not too close by. That's just kind of normal. It's wallable, you know, if you wall in a square, that's fine. Honestly, don't wall in a square, wall here. Yeah, you wall this, and then you wall that. Don't wall that, because if you wall this, you have 2 safe golds. Yeah, 2 golds in the back of Kasva's base. If he walls over here, that's really safe. You know, because it goes to the edge of the map right there. And then this main gold is 4, but again... Excuse me. Again, safe golds in the back, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're a player here. I got the hiccups again. I had the hiccups yesterday too, man. And sometimes that just happens, but it's terrible if you're a caster because you're supposed to talk and you can't talk when you have the hiccups. So that's my apologies for that one. We got berries in the back here for Kasva, very nice. So yeah, I like his base. I like it. I like the fact that your gold is in the back here. He's still gonna wall there, isn't he? Yeah, he's still gonna wall because he sees the golds, but he doesn't know about this nice little wood line down there. Maybe he's gonna scout it with the goat. No, that's not gonna happen either. He's pushing in the ostrich right now. Okay. Well, maybe later on he figures it out. Yeah, he's gonna wall this. Yeah. I mean, from what he sees, yes, this makes sense. That's true. But it's so nice, this wall up. It's so nice. And all your golds are safe, too. Oh, man. Not so much for Vinchester. His gold is out here. Another gold, other gold on the other side. So there's not as close by as those of Kasva. This one is on the back of a wood line, kind of in the back. You know, so this one is safer than more so than not. Like a TC right there would be really nice. Main gold in the back, but it is kind of on the side where Kasva's aggression is likely to come in. Because remember, players are so close by as well. And maybe Vinchester's going to go for the lane. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? This is the kind of thing that Vinchester likes to do. Yeah, this is the kind of thing he likes to do. Oh yeah, he's there with the scout, and Kasva's like, oh, I can't take that elephant. Honestly, if you're this close by, Vinchester could totally steal this elephant. If he wanted to. Oh, NBL's probably screaming at the screen right now. It's like, Lim the elephant. It's free food and it's fun. And you're also so close by. Look at this. It's such a short lane. I think he should have lamed there. I mean, I'm not a fan of laming, but I mean, it does give you a competitive advantage. So a lame would definitely have helped you there. You would have definitely gotten away with it as well. But Kasva Scout was not. It was basically pushing an ostrich, so it would have had a. You would have gotten a head start as well. By the time Kasva catches up to you, you're already over here, and you can send a villager to get. To run towards the boar. Or the rhino, I mean. So yeah. Anyways, forward berries for Vinchester. We have a back gold for him. Like I already said that. It's less wallable on the front here, but the back is, it's nice little wood lines there as well. As Vinchester, just going to go for some men-at-arms. Alrighty. Yep, there's the villager on gold. 2 on gold as a standard. That is the normal build order. And that's going to be men-at-arms from him. Tatar men-at-arms though. I don't know. I mean, if you can get them on a hill, I guess. Like, for example, doing hill damage from that hill or maybe over here on this house. You could break through this house really quickly with the Tatars. Because you get extra hill bonus damage, right? Yeah, Kasva going out to this gold because he walled out the rest of the golds. He probably thinks this map is really bad, but this map is actually not that bad. But some walling would have been really nice. And you would have had safe golds down here as well. Yeah, now you're stuck on his front gold, which Vinchester did scout. He did see that, so he knows about this now. He knows exactly where Kasva's taking gold. So he knows that that's where he needs to hit. That's where he needs to hit by this men-at-arms that are coming forward. And of course, the archer follow-up that is going to come next. As for Kasva, well, he is on gold, but it's going to be straight archers for him. But he should probably drop a barracks now. Where's the barracks? We need a barracks. You need to drop a barracks here. You need to drop a barracks here. Don't open the gate. No, it's locked. Very nice. We need a barracks. Because you're not Khmer, you need the barracks in order to build an archery range or something like that. Oh, I think he forgot about it. I think he forgot. Yeah, he's gonna try to build an archery range now and realize that shit, I need to build a barracks first. Yep, see? What am I saying? What am I saying? There you go, he forgot about it. Yep, and now he realizes, okay, that's not good for me, I need to build a tower here. So he's gonna build a tower as well. If you could probably maybe wall it in as well if Vinchester decides to come here with men-at-arms. Because Kasva knows he's gonna be delayed with archers now because the archery range isn't even up yet. He doesn't actually have the wood to get it right now. Oh, disaster for Kasva. His man-at-arm rush has already done the trick, and Vinchester now sees the tower. He now knows, okay, I can't hit this gold, but no archery range yet. He saw the barracks go up just now. All these houses cost a lot of wood as well, and now only now enough wood for the archer range. But Vinchester already has 2 archers out as is, and Vinchester's like, that's a cute little gold you got there. I'm gonna tower that. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Good stuff from Vinchester as well. And Kasva is gonna have to make some magic happen here because he's gonna need something here. As a tower going up on a gold, something that Kasva can see, but he can't stop it. He can't stop it. I mean, he can't counter tower either because he already used his tower. And the thing with pre-towering is that you can always, as an opponent, find an angle to build a tower at. Like, because you can't put that tower inside the gold, therefore it is always going to be it can't range all sides properly. Although I would prefer to place the tower on the other side of the gold and then wall it in or something like that. So that this is unlikely to happen, because then you need to put a tower on the other side, and that's not going to happen. But yeah, tower going up on the gold, and Vinchester not making that classic mistake is going to wall in his tower so that Kasva can't rush it down. You know, you want to stop Kasva from getting to gold this entire game, and yeah, it's going to be skirmishes for Kasva for now. Probably not what he had planned, but at least with Byzantines that is cheaper, so you take a little bit less damage for your food economy as a result of that. Vinchester also needs to get fletching right now. Oh, he did get fletching. Wait, so it can shoot the mining camp, but it can't shoot these villagers? Really? Really? Wow. Calculated. Needed one more tile. One more tile. Wow, what are the odds of that? And now as a result, Kasva can still take gold. He can still make archers. That's just not fair. Oh yeah, there's not much that Vinchester can do about it. If he gets to the castle, he can get Vodkin Arrow. At that point, he can do it. But for now, nope. Kasva has a little bit of gold. Can still make a few archers, but he's still on the back foot. So trying to keep this army out for now. There's a hole between these two houses, but not between the blacksmith and the house. And the house, so he's fine for now. Yeah, a lot of pressure from the Vinch here. As he's also taking more stone. Yeah, more stone. He wants another tower. He's not happy about this. He's like, yeah, no. You're not allowed to take gold here. That's not cool. You might also drop a tower on stone, honestly. Where's the other stone for Kasva? Oh, that is this stone. Ooh, tower on the stone, and he will never have stone for a castle or a tower. And still, the man-at-arms doing a lot of damage. First, it's a skirmish. It's a scout trying to get on the archer. Gets one, but now goes down. You know, the skirmishers still can't really fight here on account of the men-at-arms. They have to run away from this constantly. Constantly have to run away. They're slightly faster, but men-at-arms will catch up every time you maneuver. And another tower going up, which slightly denies this this stone, but it does mean that Vinchester, if he wants to, can drop more towers and more towers and more towers. Remember, tower players never quit. Never quit. Always more towers. Always more towers. In the meantime, Vinchester's economy behind this, of course, is pretty solid. You know, he hasn't taken any damage. Kasva, again, hasn't been able to counterattack Vinchester in the early game. And this time his economy is way worse. Way worse. And also, he's not Britain, so that doesn't help you. Lots of villagers kind of not knowing what to do. You know, lots of idle time as a result of it. You can see the worker efficiency is a little bit less than it is for Vinchester. Vinchester also going to take this stone now. He's going to wall in that tower. Very nice. More towers could go up. I would suggest putting up maybe one over here. Something. I don't know. If he wants to deny the gold, he has to build a tower there. There needs you need a tower on this side because it actually ranges these villagers. This tower doesn't do it. Okay, Vinchester now going to run into his tower. He could still get in. Yeah, he can still get in here with the villagers because he only diagonally walled in the tower, not the other way around. Oh, he didn't wall in the back. He didn't wall in the back. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So the villagers can still get to the base of the tower. Vinchester does not have the military control right now. It's actually Kasva who's made a whole bunch of villagers, and he is looking to kill these towers now. Looking to kill these towers. Now, because the villagers could also jump in, that means also that Kasva can attack diagonally as well. And yeah, the tower going down, the villager going down, probably as well. Or at least something was in there. It might have been a skirmisher then. Or a man-at-arm. Oh, it was a man-at-arm. Never mind. Man-at-arms, of course, don't shoot arrows, so it doesn't actually help you there. Skirmishers tanking a lot of fire from the tower so that these villagers could get close to them. And now the villagers for Vinchester had to jump out here. Tries to get a villager kill, you know, but Kasva should run that villager away and not let that happen. Guys, he's trying to get back into the tower. Oh, this is so messy, but right now Vinchester, that forward is going to be lost, and I'm pretty sure he might lose 3 villagers here then. It's not looking too hot. That tower will go down. There's 4 villages in there. 4 villages in there even. Not even 3. It's 4 villages, and Kasva is like, yeah, you're not going to get out. Vinchester's deleting the palisade wall. He's going to try to run here. He's going to try to run, but, you know, as long as he can still snipe archers, he's going to do it, obviously. He's going to do it. EcoKD is still miraculously 0-0. But, yeah, all the towers from Vinchester haven't had... Well, they're no longer really strangling Kasva's economy. Like, he's at least been able to take a lot of gold. He's bringing out a lot of military and running away with the villagers now is Vinchester. And he's going to lose at least one of them. Might even lose a few more here, but... the defense from Kasva has been solid, especially on how it looked for him just a second ago. Not too good. Now Vinchester has dropped a stable and brings in some scouts just to deal with the skirmish. It's very good, while also dealing with the archers at the same time. So again, good counter here from Vinchester to snipe this army from Kasva. The army count evening out a little bit again, and the KD is still much better for Vinchester. Now, both of his towers have gone down, but he's not done yet. He's not done yet. He's like, no. We're going to make more towers. More towers. See, I'm a tower player. As long as you don't tower me, I am going to never quit dropping towers on your stones. Vinchester's economy behind is also pretty good, but Kasva is looking to click up here. Despite having to make a whole bunch of trash, he does have a lot of gold. He could buy some food and just go up to the next stage. And Vinchester, he's... not there yet. Not there yet. The farm count for him wasn't as good as it was for Kasva early on, as he's going to drop another tower on this gold. I mean, tower on the hill will be even nicer. As Kasva has absolutely had it. So he's buying a stone first, but as a result, oh, he can still click up. Never mind. He's gonna buy a stone for a watchtower, and then he is going to click up to the next age. Perfect. There we go. Tower of Vinchester should still go up, but now you just have a tower war, which, you know, that's not really what you want to be doing here, because Kasva is fine with this. You know, he's idling this tower rush for now. You know, it's just a tower war for now. He doesn't care about that. Both players do have fletching, so it's equal at that front. But Kasva is on the way to Castle Age, and Vinchester has not clicked up yet. So he's behind again here, as Vinchester is trying to find his way into the wood line, but there's still no hole. Really? There's no hole? Oh, wow. That one tree blocking that passage. Wow. That looks like a hole, but it's not a hole. And so here come the villagers, and Kasva using the skirmishers to shield the vills running forward. He's going to rush down these towers. And Vinchester's going to try to repair it, but there's a whole bunch of army underneath that that's going to stop that from happening. And tower goes down, second tower about to go down as well. Yeah, villagers going down. Oh, look how tragic that looks. Trying to get to the tower, now they get trampled by the military. Wow. Such brutality from the Turkish player here. But yeah, Vinchester will have to abandon the fort now. He's lost a lot of villagers now. 3 villagers down for him. So he's well, he's slightly ahead in villagers, but only because Kasva has clicked up the castle age and that idles UTC as well. So, you know. And a bit more idle TC time for Kasva. So it evens out a little bit, but it's not ideal, is it? A forward stable from Vinchester, because he is an aggressive player like that, which Kasva now sees, but it's Kasva and Castle Age. Now, he doesn't really have an army to immediately do counter damage here. This is a thing. But what he could do is go for a town center on, well, the stone, maybe. Stone or the wood line, maybe an extra gold. Man, imagine if you had wall to watch the trees here. Walls over here, then this gold is safe, and then this stuff wouldn't happen. This stuff wouldn't happen now. So let's see. Kasva getting his upgrades. He's gonna go for crossbows. I mean, that makes sense with Byzantines. You know, you get all these upgrades as well. Fast imp arbalest is always a possibility. So, you know, I support that. As for Vinchester, let's see what he's gonna do. Well, he's gonna stick with knights first. That makes sense to me. There's lots of skirmishers on the field. You don't want to just go for cavalry archers first, especially because they're just generic cavalry archers. They're not anything special. They don't fire faster or something like that, like Mongol CA. As Kasva, oh, we got housed again. Ooh, got housed again. It happened last game too, and also pretty bad house. So this time happens again. That's like MBL. That's the skirmishers have to run home because now there's knights out, and skirmishers do not like knights. They're not good friends, that's for sure. Not a whole lot of crossbows out for Kasva either. So like, even though he was up to the castle age before Vinchester, it's not like his castle age really did too much for him so far. Just the fact he's there. Not yet, at least. Vinchester, on the other hand, has an actual army to upgrade here, so it's much better for him. Now, no second armor upgrade on these skirmishers just yet, so Vinchester with some good micro could take fights here. Snipes a bunch of skirmishers as well. 4 skirmishers going down versus 3 crossbows. Still very even fight, but Vinchester wants to keep his crossbows alive as long as he possibly can, because he wants to break through here and he wants to deny this woodlight. A lot of villagers are on here as well. As I'm pretty sure these crossbows getting pretty strong. And remember, they also have thumb ring for free because you're Tatars. That's why they fire so fast. Do a lot more damage per second at that way. Cavalry archers coming out now as well for Vinchester, so it makes sense. It makes sense that he wants to switch into cavalry archers. That is probably the best unit that the Tatars have to offer. But making a few knights here and there first allows you to go for, you know, to raid and to kill these skirmishers which are in your way. And Kasva now getting that second armor upgrade, probably a good idea for Vinchester, yeah, to run away and use the cavalry archers. Use the knights against the skirmishers. Yeah, so he's sending those knights there just to do that. To do just that. And Kasva probably realizing he's being baited here. That he's being baited into the desert. He's going to try to run away. And yeah, now the knights show up. It would have been an ambush. But yeah, Kasva not going to jump right into that. Not a whole lot of upgrades on these knights. I mean, they have bloodlines, they have armor. So that's better than nothing, that's for sure. Better than Kasva's knights last game. But yeah, that's not the main unit that Vinchester wants to make. Instead, he wants to go for cavalry archers, which he has 6 on the field already. He's getting his upgrades. He's also on stone, so maybe a forward castle is a thing. He still knows, right, that Kasva's only gold that he's taking at least is back here. A castle right there on this hill, shooting down these towers and the gold, devastating. Absolute carnage that would be. As the knights run in here to try to snipe the skirmishers, get 2 of them, maybe get 3, get 4 maybe. Do get 4, very nice. Value for the knight there. In this meantime, Vinchester still with few crossbows, microing behind that. But yeah, a lot of military for Kasva stuck in the back of his base. Actually, that's his entire army right here. This is it. This is the military. Let's see what Vinchester is going to do as Kasva is buying some stone. That must be for a town center or a tower. Probably a TC. Yeah, there you go. A TC on the other side because he wants to get some control of the left side of his map. You know, he recognizes there's a lot of gold to expand to. And at the very least, this way he will be able to take some gold after Vinchester towers his forward gold. Because that towers castles it. Because that is going to happen. That is definitely going to happen. I would bet all my money on that. No, I don't. Okay, I'm not going to bet all my money on that. That would be silly. But, oh yeah, speaking of bet system, the betting system, I will get a betting system for next week. I wasn't able to do it last night, but I'll figure it out going forward here. And we can bet on who's going to win the next matches. Will get exciting, too, because it will be a decider match and quarterfinals. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. We're getting close to it now. Nice snipe there for Vinchester, getting a few villagers in the wood line. And something else down there, which I don't know what it is. And yep, right there is a castle of Vinchester. I told you, obviously it's going to be a castle forward. With the Tatars, you don't really need your castle anyway, so this is always a possibility. And also goes up the imp, in the back, on the back of that. We got cavalry armor now for Kasva, so he might be thinking about making some of his own knights or camels or something like that to deal with that. But he's got guard tower as well, but now he sees a Tatar castle go up on his front, and he should not be too happy about that one. No way for him to deny this, actually. Too many villagers. Vinchester committing enough here to get this up. Also, a mangonel will help. Now, there is a bunch of guard towers all around, which are significantly stronger than watchtowers, but still. Yeah, Vinchester has to... Kasva has to leave his gold now, so I'll have to go out, yep, to this gold, which is not as safe, because there's no towers around it. Yeah, Vinchester will probably... well, he has scouted that Kasva is there, so he'll probably know about that. Let's see, cavalry archers, yes, but he's actually making a Kashik. Still not really sure what we're going to go for here. Leather archer armor, though, so I guess more cavalry archers. Wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to not go for CA here. They are just the best unit that Tatars have to offer, honestly. As Kasva, oh, let's Vinchester know that his army is right there. Yeah, that's why never delete forward buildings, right? Never delete it. Because your opponent is likely, right, especially if they have archers, to engage against it. And now Vinchester knew exactly that these crossbows were coming, which would absolutely massacre his villagers there, and now he didn't take a single loss. That's why leaving some forward buildings is actually a pretty good idea, because it's likely that your opponent's archers patrol into it, and then you know exactly where they are. Now we have Kasva's archers going for it, looking for some kills here, but they're not gonna find much because Vinchester is tracking this with his towers, with his vision. He knows exactly what his army is, you know, and his town centers to protect as well. Let's see what Vinchester is going to do at the back foot of it. And now Kasva, yeah, he sees that Vinchester is an imp. He's not an imp himself. Byzantines have a bit of a problem with cavalry archers. That is historically correct and also just in reality. So yeah, he calls the GG and Vinchester tying this up 1-1. Boom. Yeah, just nice play from him. And also, I think Kasva kind of getting punished a bit. If he had walled the left side here, he would have been able to take this gold. He wouldn't have had to commit to this gold so much. And that definitely delayed him a lot. Like, Vinchester kept focusing on this gold and Kasva kept getting pushed off of it. And it delayed him massively from getting to a nice number of army. So yeah, well played by Vinchester. Nice win, I mean. Looking at the KD, yeah, KD actually better for Vinchester even before cavalry archers come out. You know, killing a few villages here and there, but mostly using his knights against skirmishers. That was very effective. And then as for The economy slightly better as well, especially, look at this, this is significant. More food, that's what allowed him to get up to imp faster, right? Because he had more farms out, spent more time on his food. Also more gold, and that's not surprising because Kasva got, he got his gold denied a few times there. We got more villagers for Vinchester as well. So yeah, all the stats were in Vinchester's favor here. The only thing that the Kasva had more was military. Military that would absolutely get smashed the moment that Kasva brings out. Vinchester brings out Imperial Age military. So yeah, good stuff. GG. Well, we have a tie. We have ourselves a tie, and like I said, I was pretty sure that this game was going to go at least to four games here, at the very least. 5 is even a good possibility as well. It's been like that so far. So let's see if the third game has started so far. Yep, there it is. There it is. Perfect stuff. And okay, let me get into that game now. We can get into it if we can find it. Popping that in. Boop. Well, I'll show the draft maybe next time if they take a little break between games. Players are allowed to take a short little break as long as they minimize it. That's the rule. So sometimes that happens here and there. But if they do, then I'll show you the draft again so we can see what civs they have left on the draft, if that's okay. In any case. We got some spec delay. Okay, 20 seconds. 20 seconds. We got this. Okay, 20 seconds. So we got a win for Kasva with Britons, a loss with Byzantines, win with the Tars, loss with Incas. Alrighty. So, well, it's all gonna be cavalry from here on out. Lithuanians, Japanese, Cumans, Celts, though. I mean, if you think Lithuanians, then Berbers might be nice, right? But the camel spam could be good. Sicilians could do well against any of these civs as well. Yeah, I expect Berbers here. Berbers, or maybe he's going to go for Mongols because he thought he didn't get to go for cavalry archers, really. So, maybe he's going to try to do that now. We'll see. Nope, none of that. None of that. We have an error message again. Let me rewind a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty. Welcome to the third game here between Vinchester and Kasva. In the red, we have Kasva playing as the Lithuanians. Okay, that's pretty good there. And then we have Vinchester, instead of going for Berbers here, is going to go for Khmer. And let's get him in the blue, so it's clear again. There we go. Well, it's 1-1, which means it is an even set. This could go either way. But yeah, both players still have to beat their opponent twice, at the very least, to win here. Now, I do like Lithuanians better than Khmer. Like Khmer, yeah, great farming economy, I know. But if Lithuanians can get a few relics out, then Khmer's got nothing on them. Nothing on them. Also, Lithuanians have Paladin, Khmer do not. Khmer do have Halberdier, though. So, I mean, that is the best counter that they have to Paladin, really. But still. Now Kasva, of course, should be looking for relics as well. Let's look at the relic situation. There's a relic right there that's close by, a relic in the middle. This relic is not too far away as well. So there's 3 relics that are doable, right? That are doable. There's one over here that's likely for Vinchester. One over here that's close to Vinchester as well. So Kasva, I mean, he has 3 relics within range, and that's all you need, right? That's all you need. I mean, you really want 4, but you need at least 2. At least 2, because if you don't get 2, then suddenly you don't have that. You don't have the final attack upgrade right there, blast furnace, and then you basically have worse paladins because of that. So you need 2 relics at least to have fully upgraded paladins, which kind of sucks. But hey, it's just the nature of things nowadays. As for the bases, right, looks very open, doesn't it? Looks very open. Woodline's generating quite far away from the DC this time around, and that has happened a few times this set. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to wall. Of course, a back gold this time for Vinchester. You'll be happy with that. Forward berries on a giant hill, a hill that's important to control. Although this hill might be even more important. Or even over here, because it's between the 2 players. Like, this is probably where most of the fighting takes place. So like a hill like this. Probably more important than a hill like that, because it's in the back of your base. That's fine. As we have Vinchester dropping houses in a very interesting way. Alrighty. Well, has some extra gold out here and on the other side, as we saw right there. But it's very open on this front. Like, look how flat that is. It's so open. Frickin' Arabia, man. It's like it's a desert, right? Yeah. What's that all about? In any case, it's yeah. That's gonna be very difficult to wall that one. Not that he might do that because he's Khmer, and I don't know why, but for some reason pro players just don't like to wall when they have Khmer. They just don't do it. They don't like. They're just like, I have houses, I can jump into that. I don't need walls, so why would I wall? Yeah. I mean, there's good reasons to wall nonetheless, but I understand the sentiment. As for Kasva also has berries on Forward Hill. Now these hills are more annoying for him because they're actually like, these hills on the berry are actually, you know, the likely place where Vinchester's gonna run in. Like this is gonna be the battleground right there. There's some gold for Kasva as well, right on secondary gold on that hill. His main gold is behind this, but again, still close enough to that hill where it's a little bit threatened. Wood lines are quite far away as well, and yeah, half of them are forward as well. Quite far away forward, so that's not ideal. I wonder how you're gonna wall that. Has secondary gold. I would call that in the back of your base, more to the side really. But it's a gold on the side, huh? Literally. I guess we got a scout cavalry now scouting around for cows. We just want to see what Vinchester is up to. And Vinchester, what is he up to? Probably just scouts, right? I mean, it's Khmer. It's what else would they do? They just go fast. You know, you go up with like about 19 pop. You go into scouts really quickly. You don't build a barracks because no one builds barracks. And funnily enough, Lithuanians are able to match that because they have more food at the start, like 150 starting food extra at least. And so they're able to go for faster uptimes as well. So it's going to be a scouts war. But, and I have said this every time, and usually I get proven right as well. When it is a scouts war, Khmer are in trouble if the opponent makes spearmen. Yes, they can run away from the spearmen. Yes, they don't have to die with scouts to spearmen. But if their opponent keeps their scouts next to the spearmen, you can't take any favorable engagement. Which means you can never push back their scouts, and they can always move forward and deny you map control. You have to sneak around them and try to go get some vill snipes around them, but you're not gaining map control that way. It's the person with the spears that has the map control then. It just happens so often that Khmer players, their scouts get pushed back and back further towards their base as they're trying to out-micro the spearmen. So I'm just saying, yep, spearmen coming out, and despite me saying this, although I mean not despite me saying this because that's not that influential. I mean, despite the fact, right, that this is the case where spearmen can easily turn scout wars against you, and you're not making spearmen as Khmer because you're trying to skimp on the barrack cost. Players keep doing it. And more often than not, they get punished for that as well. Doesn't mean they immediately lose the game, but they're definitely lose feudal because of it. And I'm still reminded of that game between Hera and the Viper, where the Viper did not have spearmen on the field, and Hera went all in scouts and got absolutely wrecked Viper. Yeah, and look at that, a spearman already coming forward. See, it's an offensive spearman, another one. And yeah, now you already have to drop an archery range. So you basically have to have spent that 175 wood anyways to drop an archery range. So it doesn't really change much. And it's not, you know, probably not what Vinchester was planning to do here. You know, the fact he is on gold though, so I guess I saw that mining camp go up early, so I guess he was planning to go for an archer follow-up. But if that is the case, we're gonna go for an archer follow-up before we even have 4 scouts out. Why not just open archers, right? I mean, you might as well here. Now the reason is also because the base is very open here for Vinchester. It's not easily defensible. So yeah. Wait, look at that. You can't engage against this. These freaking spearmen make it impossible to engage against the scouts. So you have to fight with villagers of all things. As Kasva bringing over more scouts now. Gets the scout from Vinchester. No, scout escapes. There's also a weak scout here for Kasva. Kasva losing a spearman though to the villagers. As he's trying to get a vill snipe, but he's not going to get... Oh, it's an archer. Okay, archer does go down. That's nice. We had a spearmen are down now, and now suddenly this Khmer do get a lead because, well, they are able to get more scouts out. So that's definitely a thing. It's easy to get overwhelmed by your Khmer opponents, which just spam scouts like crazy. Yeah. Let's see, well, we have the scouts from Vinchester go back home now. Kind of like the AI does that as well, right? AI, like, it's attacking and it suddenly draws all its military back to regroup, right? And then it will go forward again to attack. It's really funny how it does that sometimes. Like, everything is pulled back. Everything. Now, Kasva chasing these weak scouts with one full HP scout. Well, who's going to win that? Full HP scout's going to win it. Yep, very nice. Yeah, now archers for Vinchester are coming forward. That means that now spearmen are not going to really help you again anymore. I guess combining scouts with archers is a good idea. That should work really well, as we don't have a lot of... Yeah, sometimes the sound doesn't work properly. I'm not sure why. One archer going down though, but yeah, Kasva at risk of losing his scouts. Spearmen go down, so yeah... Now you can start pushing. See, this is why if it's just going to be a pure scout war, Khmer are kind of on the back foot. But if they add archers, then it's okay, right? So this is fine. This is fine. We don't have an issue with this. Yeah, Kasva's still stuck in his own base. His berries are forward, and they can get hit by the archers now. He can't really stop that with his own scouts because of the archers, and also the fact that the Khmer player is likely to have way more scouts in the field than you. Although not right here, not right here. It's actually 6 scouts for Kasva, only 3 for Vinchester. Ooh, not a good fight for Vinchester to take here. He wants to keep his archers alive, but they might not be alive to tell the story. No, archers go down. Scout reinforcements coming in too late. And yeah, the forward from Vinchester kind of dead now. We'll have to regroup at home. Now, as you can see, the food count is rising, so he might just go to castellates here instead of continuing to go for the scout play. Kasva has made a whole bunch more scouts, but his food economy is fantastic. 18 villagers on farms, but no gold yet. Went to gold quite late here, so as a result, his castle time is going to be delayed a little bit, and Vinchester is going to get there much before him. Yeah. Scouts looking for a way in, but they're not going to get anything. These scouts, though, Vinchester again, playing it like a true Khmer player, kind of open, walling in the village on the woodline, but that's it. Now, maybe dropping a house on the gold is probably an idea as well. But it is a really nice defensive bonus, being able to hide your villages and houses. I like that a lot. Like that a lot. Kasva was just going to run right through. Going to run right through with these scouts. Okay, you need a house here right now. Wall it in. Vinchester. Something. Something. Ah! Oh, nice quick wall. Nice quick wall. Now, see, now you want a house here because these villagers have to run away now, which is even more idle time. But yeah. Vinchester about to click up here in a second. As soon as he has... As he thinks about it, really. Nope, there he goes. Poof. And Kasva, he's going to be about half a minute delayed here. About half a minute. Now, for Vinchester, of course, it's going to be night. That's pretty clear. As you can see, an extra stable going up. But he's also getting archer upgrades. So he's still upgrading those few archers that he has on the field. Interesting. Interesting. Instead of cavalry upgrades. But we're dropping a stable. We're dropping a stable, something that Kasva can see. You know, he saw the stable, so he knows that it's going to be night. But, yeah. Kasva's still trying to be annoying. Vinchester going to take the fight, though. Have some archers here. They have fletching now, so at least they can actually do some damage against the scouts. So he's taking the fight, but yeah, doesn't have enough scouts here, but does kill 2 of Kasva's scouts, lessening the numbers. And a lot of them are weak as well, so they basically have less than half the HP now. Yeah, so these scouts are not going to be able to do all that much anymore at this point. Although, if they find a straggling vill, they will kill it. They will kill it. Kasva also getting horse armor. Also dropped a 3rd stable. Ooh, it's not just 2 stables. It's 3 stables for Kasva here. So he wants to get a lot of knights out. All in knights for him. Should also get a monastery and get a monk to get relics. I think that's definitely worth it. It's just also sending his archers forward, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a crossbow upgrade first, so he can do more damage with these. Want to bet? I mean, if you have 6 archers, That might be worth it. 6 archers can definitely kill villagers. So, yeah. The knights come out, and then is he gonna get the crossbow upgrade? Oh yeah, it needs to be yeah, there you go. He's gonna get the crossbow upgrade as well, but he's not gonna get Buccaneer, I suppose. Probably not gonna get Buccaneer because he's not gonna keep investing in archers here. He just wants to get some damage with these archers over here. But yeah, Kasva has house wall on the right. There's not a lot of damage that you can do with these archers. You can maybe send a wood line on this hill, and that's about it. And yeah, crossbows are stronger than archers. They have one more attack, you know, a little bit more range as well, so that's really good. But yeah, first knights coming forward. They have a few upgrades here and there. They have armor. They have bloodlines. Did I see a cavalry archer being queued there? Did you see that? I saw a cavalry archer getting queued there. Must have been a hotkey issue then. As the first knights go straight for Kasva's gold. He has to wall in his gold now, all the way around with the villagers. Very nice quick walls from him. That's good, but of course his knight can go straight into his wood line nonetheless, which is a problem. Knights coming out as well for the Lithuanian player. More knights in the field so far. Well, he's going to have more knights in the field because he's creating from 3 stables. He's all in knights at this point. He's not going to be able to afford villager production from other town centers. So at that, right, if you're gonna go all in knights, sometimes it's just the best thing to just sell all your stones. So you can actually do that, right? Go really all in, get a whole lot of knight numbers out, do damage, and then you can always later buy stone again or go to stone for a second and get your town centers up. Vinchester, yeah, he has his knights on stand ground so they don't move around when he doesn't move them. But the result is that if you don't move them, they will not move around. That's a drawback, of course. Town center going up for Vinchester, so he's just going to boom a little bit. He's not making a whole lot of knights, but he is getting monks out because he wants to get the relics. Something that, yeah, Kasva wants the relics as well. He's going to drop a TC. Oh, 2 monasteries in the front of his base, so he can get some monks out, maybe for some conversions as well. But look how many knights he already has. Committing to those knights for a second. I mean, he doesn't have the food right now to make more, but sometimes it's worth it to get a whole bunch of knights out really quickly so you can immediately do damage with them. And that's what's so good about knights, is that even early knights can do damage. Early crossbows, not so much. Early cavalry archers, not so much. Unless you happen to find some exposed villagers, then of course, yes. Well, it's 3 TCs now for Vinchester, so he wants to get his economy up. Now, it isn't all in from Kasva until he drops a TC, which might be a while. So Vinchester has to weather that first storm. You know, when you're going to be behind in military, even though he actually has more military numbers right now, you're going to be behind in military, and you need to counteract what he's doing there. As Vinchester taking a fight now against Kasva's knights, but he has fewer knights there, so he should not take this fight. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't take the fight. Don't take the fight. Get your monks in as well. Yeah, get some conversions, and then take the fight. So Vinchester keeping his knights together, I hope. No, it's gonna have to run away. Gonna have to run. Unless he can get conversions. Conversions will be really good here. That's all. Kasva still had a scout left from the feudal age, but the scout does not get the monks. The monks actually surviving. Especially this one on like 8 HP. Man, that would have been dead in a second. Alrighty, perfect stuff. Relic coming in now for Kasva. Let's see how many relics he has. Only 1. At least he will have only 1. It's 3 monks in the field, so he could get more relics. Let's see how many he sees. Oh, he doesn't see this one. He doesn't see this relic. He sees this relic, though. There we go. That's a second relic. But he doesn't see that relic. That's unfortunate. He might find it, though, if he goes for it. But he does see this relic. So hey, as long as he can get relics, it's good. As he's patrolling out there with a scout, very good. Vinchester wanted to get that relic there, but yeah, that's not going to happen. He'll have to send military over if he wants to deal with that, which he's doing right now. Yeah, Kasva's sending a monk that could get a conversion as well. So light cap upgrade coming in for Vinchester. So he wants to go for light cap here against knights, though. I mean, there's a lot of monks on the field for Kasva, that's true. But Lithuanian knights for the relics, no joke though, no joke. It's 49 villages for Kasva because he's still all in. It's 65 for Vinchester. So he's going to go... Kasva's going to go for conversion. He's going to get it. Gets the conversion. Nice. And now Vinchester, yeah, he's like, no. That is my relic. You're not going to get that relic. He's going to send his entire army to find that monk. And if Kasva are recognizing, well, he's probably going to try to track me down. So he's sending his monk all the way around, away, you know, so the monk does not get spotted. But Vinchester is smart enough to know where that monk should go, you know. He's just thinking, where would I go if I had a monk? Yeah, he saw it now in the fog of war, so he's going to send some knights after it to get it. Yeah, that monk should not escape. Should not escape. As Vinchester narrowly losing that fight. But remember also, at the same time, Kasva attacking on the front, so Vinchester has more important things to do right now. These are knights with +3 attack already, and they don't even have the second attack upgrade. So that is 2 relics already here. A monk coming, bringing home the 3rd relic, which is very nice. Oh, the light cap though. The light cap slaughtering all the monks. You have 4 monks going down. Really nice stuff there. 1 light cap gets converted, but still. That's really good there from Kasva to get rid of some of Vinchester's monks. I mean, no, for Vinchester for getting rid of some of Kasva's monks. I mean, just getting the last monk there just after it gets a conversion. But yeah, looking at the military count, it's slightly better for Kasva, and that's a problem because his military is better than Kasva. Knights with +3 attack, almost with +4. As soon as the monk brings in the relic, which it will in a second. Kasva still doesn't see that relic, but yeah, 3 is already good enough. And yeah, Vinchester's had it. He's like, yeah, I cannot win the knight fight. This is why I'm saying that Lithuanians should be better than Khmer, because Khmer, they just do not have good cavalry compared to Lithuanians. That's why I don't like Khmer as a cavalry civ. Because, yeah, what are you gonna do? As Vinchester's going to get a conversion on a stronger knight. Oh, gets this conversion. But that's a weak knight. That's unfortunate. Yeah, stable going down. And Vinchester is just being attacked all over right now by Kasva's knights. I'm telling you, Lithuanians versus Khmer are not good for Khmer. And I don't... This is also the reason why I don't like Khmer as a civ. Like, they're basically like Slavs, right? Have a great farming bonus to spam knights. But their knights are just... normal, generic knights. No bonus whatsoever on them. So there's no benefit of going to knights. You can boom more easily while making a whole bunch of knights, and the Khmer spam is definitely very dangerous, but Lithuanian knights with 5 attack, it's no joke, man. It's no joke. And Kasva only has to find that relic and he can get +4 extra attack, which will lead to a total of 10 + 6 attack. 16 attack on his knights is crazy. Even pikemen at that point don't really do the trick anymore. Now Vinchester did have ability there, but look at the eco KD after all of this. After all of this shenanigans, it's 26 kills for Kasva. So the eco has completely evened out, and now Kasva is on multiple TCs, and this is exactly how you do it, right? Exactly how you do it. You go all in knights, you just go 1 TC, you make a whole bunch of knights, kill a bunch of villagers of your opponent, and then you go to multiple TCs, and you're fine. And you're fine. Now Kasva now going to find out that yes, there's a bunch of pikemen there, so he sees that, so he's going to run away from it. Now he will be aware of this. Now, and yeah, like I said, you can easily counter that by making some scorpions. Although it will be easier, of course, if you're Khmer, because your scorpions are so good. Knights with 10 + 5, look at that. Look how fast they kill the pikemen. And that's the problem. Look how fast they kill the pikemen. And it's always been about HP and attack when you're fighting a counter unit, not about armor. So you don't even need armor on these knights, really, to fight pikemen. I mean, it helps a little bit, but mostly HP, mostly attack does the trick. Because the faster you kill a knight, the better. As Vinchester does get some conversions, and also if you convert a Lithuanian knight, you actually keep the attack bonus as well. So it is still a Lithuanian knight still has 10 + 5 attack, even if Kasva's the one losing it. If Kasva's the one with the Lithuanian bonus, and Vinchester is not. Now Vinchester's in a rough spot. I mean, the military count looks even, but remember that most of that is also pikemen and not knights. There's only 1 knight on the field for Vinchester right now, and that's it. That's it. That's Vinchester also dropping a town center on the wood line now. He's still trying. He's still going to try here to do something, but yeah. Lithuanians are just insane when they can get to such a high number of knights as well. As Kasva is still trying to besiege his town center. Vinchester going for a panic castle right here. So I'm going to Vinchester. Oh, he just doesn't know. If he had seen that, he would have tried to stop it. Probably, but yeah, now castle goes up. That will keep Kasva, no, Vinchester alive for the time being. We'll keep him alive for the time being, but yeah. As Vinchester is buying some wood for a very expensive price, 141. That's a lot of gold already. As Kasva taking a fight now with the pikemen, but the scorpions are here to smash, absolutely destroy the pikemen. Look at that. They even got lined up. Bam! All of them dead. Yeah, scorpions also get a little bit of a bonus versus buildings. 14 actually. It's kind of funny. And now, yeah, Kasva's just like, okay, you want to go pikemen? Okay, I'll take out your pikemen. I'll just get rid of all these nice barracks you got there. And Vinchester just does not have the wood. Doesn't have the wood to keep continuing making pikemen here. He was off of this wood line for a while. He doesn't have a lot of other wood lines in his base. This one ran out already. He's been buying wood because he doesn't have the wood to make more farms, make more town centers, make more lumber camps even, make more pikemen. And Kasva's just making his way through the front of Vinchester's base, and it's just not looking good for him. And he's focusing down the barracks, alright? Do you see that? Do you see that? He's focusing on them down because he wants to stop the pikemen from spamming. As we have light cap now on the field for Vinchester. He wants to make some light cap maybe against the monks and the scorpions. That is, I mean, scorpions do get countered by light cap, and so do monks. But yeah, Kasva's getting some upgrades as well. On his monks as well, making them faster, giving them more HP. Still hasn't found that last relic over here. Man, what are the odds? He probably doesn't expect it either, but yeah, it's right there. Scorpions raiding a wood line, very much a problem for Kasva, for Vinchester, and there you go. Imperial Aid's coming in for Kasva. He's at 92 villagers only, though. Vinchester is definitely booming beyond them because Vinchester is basically just going full wood economy with a bit of gold on the side just to get more villagers out, dropping a castle on the left side as well to keep himself a little bit more safe. But Vinchester is not going to get the imp anytime soon, and even if he gets the imp, what are you going to do there? What are you going to do in imp? Wow, those 6 crossbows that he's had for the entire game finally coming back from the wood line where they were parked well, not do a whole lot. It's still 38 to 3 eco KD, which is just crazy. Yeah, Vinchester, despite he's still 15 villagers ahead, but he lost almost 40 vills there. It's crazy economy boom, that's for sure. Yeah, Kasva's just gonna wait for his upgrades and he's gonna try to run right into his opponents. Yeah, Vinchester trying to go for the attack with the light cap, but the knights are right there in front to stop that from happening. A castle now going up on a hill, and it's a really nice castle to start trapping down Vinchester's base from. Yeah, Kasva looking strong in this game. It looks, yeah, he's way ahead of Vinchester, especially army-wise, right? 32 military on the field for Kasva, only 13 for Vinchester. And he's trying to get at the imp. He's going to click up now, but look how much investment that is. And now you can't make any knights, you can't make any counter units. He sees the castle going up as well. He's going to try to stop that with the light cav. But the scorpions in there as well, getting some shots in on the cavalry as well. Vinchester trying to surround this army maybe, or tries to go for the monk. And look at that. Conversions. Let's see if the conversion can come in. Nope. Castle's like, nope, I'm not going to let you kill my monks here. He's going to run away into the TC, and the light cap will have to go elsewhere. As the knights are chasing that through Kasva's base. Look at that. I mean, there is some potential for some snipes. Oh, I like this. Look what Kasva's doing. He's going for house walls across the map to limit this. To stop the Khmer player from spamming light cap, right? To spamming light cap across the map. Well, those villagers unfortunately going to pay the price for that one. But more villagers will follow. Wait, he didn't actually kill the vill. I was about to say, kill the villager, man. And Imperial Age is in for Kasva, and oh, a nice raid in the north here. Vinchester losing a bunch of villagers on the gold, on the stone, you know. Trebuchet already out to start trapping down this castle. He's making a whole bunch of pikemen, Vinchester, but it's gonna be Cavalier with full armor upgrades in a second there. The Khmer player is gonna have to hide his superior economy in houses. And has he seen that relic by now? He still doesn't see it. Okay, now he sees it. Finally, he can see this relic now. He can actually get that 4th relic so he can get the full attack on his knights. You know, because it doesn't get better than this, of course. Because it's never going to get better than 10+6. Well, Lightcap finding some villagers here on the stone for Kasva. Get a few kills, but yeah, the villagers should run away and these Lightcap should go down to the TC. Fire. There's also a Lightcap harassing in the back of Kasva's base over here. So he's dropping a town center to keep himself safe. Lightcap getting a bunch of monk snipes as well. One conversion though. It's hard to get conversion on Lightcap now because it always takes a long time. There's no way to get a freak fast conversion on Lightcap anymore because it's always 8 Wololos before you can get a conversion. Because yeah, more and more Cavaliers streaming forward. Pikemen and Halberdier, that's all nice and all, but it doesn't save you. Not when there's scorpions around to kill the pikemen. A whole bunch of pikemen. I mean, they would win the fight normally, but not when there's this many scorpions and Kasva is going to start shooting here. You need to keep your cavalry in front, though. Conversions coming in as well. Scorpions going down. Not the best fight for Kasva, this. Not the best fight for Kasva. I mean, scorpions are still very dangerous. I mean, Halberdiers are still very dangerous. But yeah, now backing up to his own castle can get a lot of kills that way. But still, a lot of Cavalier going down right now. Vinchester's holding on with the Halberdier and the KD looking very even. Well, okay, not looking very even at all. It's way better for Kasva. It's double the kills. But I mean, from the last fight, the KD was pretty even. Yeah, that losing that early ball of Cavalier is a kind of a problem because that's useful to start raiding your opponent, and now you can't really do that. Like, there's lots of villagers that are just running around here, and like, yeah, I don't know. Well, you have a castle going up for Kasva in the back of his base to keep himself a bit safer, as we have 4 trebuchets in the front to start trapping down the castles, and both of those defensive castles have gone down. But the trebuchet is about to go down as well to the Halberdier, something that Kasva can't really stop because it's Halberdier. 2 traps down. Is this worth it to get 1 trap down? Another trap down. Halberdier is doing work here, man. Halberdier is doing work as we have cavalry archers now from Kasva, who's going to switch into a ranged unit that will counter the Halberdiers. You know, if you combine it with some cavalier, that's very good. As Kasva is doubling down on the trebuchet, but he can't get it. He cannot get it. He has to get it through his own traps, but that's difficult enough as is. And nope, not a hit. Come on, traps, you can do it. You can do it. Not a whole lot of upgrades on these cavalry archers just yet. Oh, don't micro them into the Halberdiers. Ay. They're losing some precious units there. Vinchester also repairing his trap, forcing Kasva to repair his castle just so he can keep that up for now. Getting more upgrades, right, on his units. He needs to go for a lot of cavalry archers before he can start killing these Halberdier easily. As we have light cav raids in Kasva's economy here. Vinchester doing what he can to come back into this game here. Because, I mean, it is actually not as far, you know, it's actually not that much of a lead for Kasva anymore. You know, he hasn't actually finished his wall yet. He will do so now, especially as he sees Lightcap coming in from the left. You know, Vinchester will probably be raiding from that side. Trebuchet finally goes down now, and the cavalry archer starting to push back this army in the middle. Army value for Vinchester is like half that of Kasva as well. Nice castle that went up there on the woodline here for Kasva, for Vinchester. And damn, Kasva losing a bunch of villagers now. Eco KD is actually evening out a little bit. Vinchester finally getting some kills out. And Khmer, if there's anything they're good at, it's spamming Hussar. Like, they can do it forever. Oh, we have a Cavalier raid though in the woodline. That is really good. Those villagers are very exposed and they will go down quickly to the Cavalier as well. But the Cavalier go down quickly to the Halberdier. Not fights that Kasva wants to be taking here. Like, I think you definitely don't want to waste your Cavalier anymore on Halberdier. Like, that doesn't work. You need to do this kind of stuff with them. Find villagers somewhere. Just raid them to death. Kasva selling some stone. But he sold stone is going to drop a castle. Okay, interesting. Both players still around 110 villagers, you know, around 110 villagers, but the army counts are not that similar, right? It's 30 to 32, but it's mainly trash units. It's only trash units for Vinchester, so he doesn't actually have anything but trash as he started to trap down this castle from a hill, by the way. So that's actually pretty nice for Vinchester, you know, to take away this right position from Kasva, which, yeah, people want to keep control over that. But at the same time, Kasva is denying the left hand of the map from Vinchester, and that's a lot more space for him. Look at all these extra resources he can take now, as Vinchester is not too happy about that. He's going to send his villagers somewhere else to send them away. Keep him safe or something like that. Cavalry archers getting to the number where they can start killing where they can start killing halberdiers with more ease. This is good. We got some light cav raids as well from Kasva, you know, trying to stop the vill count from Vinchester going up too high. Although, well, these light cav didn't finish light cav school, did they? Vinchester also taking some wood all the way out there, not something that Kasva knows about. That also could be some sneaky stables at some point, as the stone wall has gone up on the left side, so that's safe at least. Light gap being annoying, that's fine. We have a trap war on this side. The cavalry archers are over here to support. Castle of Vinchester should go down faster at this rate than Kasva's castle. It's 2 trebuchets and also repairs for Kasva. Vinchester out of stone pretty much. He's been denied his stone over here. Doesn't have the stone to rebuild this castle, so it will probably go down right now. Yep, there it goes. And there comes the army to kill the villagers and the trebuchets that were around here. Yep, they all have to run away now. But Vinchester is still trying. He's still trying. He's still raiding. I mean, look at the eco-kitty. Again, it's doubled in the last 5 minutes for Vinchester. But then again, it also has doubled for Kasva. As he finds those stables, finds the villagers on the wood line. Yeah, you know, you just... So much raiding going on everywhere. Vinchester is losing a whole lot of units in the meantime. We even got some Lightis out as well. Love it. Look at that unit. Awesome stuff. Like this. Got some light gav making their way to Kasva's main base. There's some villagers that are, they're trying to wall themselves into the corner. It's going to be a massacre. It's a trap. They're trying to chop their way to safety. But no, there's no way to escape now. No. No way to escape. Those villagers are goners. Same time, cavalry also hitting Vinchester in the wood line. Vinchester losing a whole lot of villagers. Man, this guy is still at 104 villagers and he's lost 138 villagers this entire game. Crazy. That's really good. Really good. More cavalry archers coming out for Kasva as well. You know, just the right unit to kill both light cap and halberdier, which Vinchester wasn't even making a whole lot of that anymore. Right now, he's just using 62 farms to spam hussars as good as he can. As good as he can. He has a lot of military on the field hussar-wise, but for the rest, it's Kasva with the military lead. Also with castles everywhere. He could go for Lightis if he wanted to. Honestly, like, why go for Paladin with less attack if you can go for Lightis? Ooh, losing 2 trebuchets though, that's unfortunate. Those cannot be packed up anymore. This one though can run away, maybe. If the cavalry archers come to support. Yep, they're trying to save the trap. It's still expensive. But they're not going to get to do it because Vinchester goes in front with his light cap and kills that trebuchet anyways. Nice job. Got some raiding going on the back of Vinchester's base. This time no halberdiers to save him there. We got some light cap coming in from the right, trying to get in on the economy for Kasva. More light cap in the middle, attacking a stable now. Very nice. Still has to deal with the raids in the back of his base. That Eagle KD still climbing for both players. It's gonna climb. It's gonna climb for Vinchester as well now, as he sends in his light cap into the farmland down on the right here. There's a lot of farmers here that could get killed. Yeah, Vinchester now. I mean, Kasva now realizing that this is happening. It's gonna send away his fills. And my God, is this game ever gonna end this way? Like, both players are still holding on, but Vinchester is decidedly in the worst position of the two, especially because he doesn't really have a good option against the cavalry archers on the field right now. Like, it would be skirmishers, but the problem is light cap will make that very difficult. So, I mean, scorpions could work as well, I guess. Scorpions have more range, so that's pretty sweet. But yeah, for the rest, trying to go for some counter raiding, but there must be a push as well. And Kasva has locked down so much of the map. You know, he's dropping castle in the back of his base to keep himself a little bit safe. It's just kind of a panic castle as these light cap make it to the base of the castle. Yeah, now lots of military making it to the front of Vinchester's base. He's trying to throw all he has over here at Castle's ball of cavalry archers. But yeah, it's 29. Wait, how many is that? 23 cavalry archers, and Vinchester calls the GG, and Kasva goes to the 2-1 here, and he is ready for a match point for him. And what a game this was! I mean, I say Lithuanians should be the stronger civ between the two. At least I like Lithuanians a lot better. But Kasva, I mean, Vinchester made it work for a while. You know, he held Kasva up, especially the dangerous Cavalier raids, you know, with the Halberdier spam. It's really nice. All the raiding as well was good, you know, going like forward the castle for aggression. The problem is that raiding can never be the end all of your game strategy plan. You have to have, either if you're, or unless it's raiding them to death, right? If you raid your opponent to death, then yes, raiding is the winning strategy. But otherwise, it's always a delaying strategy to buy yourself some time for your actual push, which should come down the middle or to the side with siege and things like that. That's not something that Vinchester was able to do. He didn't have the resources, nor the position or time for that. And Kasva's got the entire map locked down with castles. So yeah, GG to that. 80 cavalry made to about 132 halberdier. Looking at the KD, oh my god. Almost double the KD here for Kasva. 439 kills for him, 228 losses for only for him. So yeah, that's a great KD. Also look at that. 29 buildings raised by Kasva, 0 by Vinchester. And this is what I mean, right? Kasva was raiding, yes, but he was also pushing buildings, and a lot of them too. And how are you doing? How are you doing, Fidel Castro? Coming all the way from Cuba to look at this red player dominating the blue player. You should be happy with that, huh? Anyways, it's been good so far. Bunch of conversions as well here for Vinchester's Monk Micro on point then. Made it a lot more military, but yeah, got way fewer kills with that, and that's the thing too. Cavalry archers are pretty OP in that regard. Let's see over here. We got 74,000 resources collected for Kasva, only 68,000 for Vinchester. So yeah, he was behind, and he was also, his economy was under stress, and economies under stress produce less. That's not even just Age of Empires. That's just in general. An economy that's under pressure is going to be less productive. Yeah, we know all about that. And how are you doing, Zergwa? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Awesome stuff. Hey, we got some familiar faces in chat. I like that. Vilcount, well, largely the same, but look at this. Look at that right there. 256 villagers created, and at the end he only had 89. Like, so many villagers dead. Jesus Christ. We're here to fight for the revolution of Vinchester. Ah, you're gonna be for the Russian player, huh? That makes sense, I guess. That makes sense. APM-wise, quite similar, but Vinchester is overall the faster player, I'd say. Well, we should have a game 4 then, and it might, I mean, Vinchester, if he can tie it up now, maybe we can go to a game 5 as well. I don't see the link just yet, so I guess we can go to the... well, we can look at the draft first here, as you can see. Very nice. Now you can see it as well. Let's see. We gotta update this. So it's a win with Lithuanians for Kasva, a loss with Khmer. Okay, so what do we have left here? We got Berbers, Sicilians, and Mongols. We got Celts, Japanese, and Cubans. I must say I prefer the civs for Vinchester going forward, especially Berbers, Sicilians, very strong. But Cubans is one of those wacky civs that you can do a lot of things with. Celts is potentially dangerous. I mean, Kasva's been picking Celts the entire tournament as well. So clearly he has some form of a strategy prepared with that. I wonder which civilization that would be best though. Maybe Mongols if you're up against that. But that depends on Vinchester, of course. Japanese are a jack of all trades. They could, in theory, right, they can count, well, they can't counter, but they can definitely keep up with other civilizations. Yeah, it's a problem, right? Because... yeah, with these two civilizations, you're gonna have to go for for archers, because knights is not really an option, especially not if you're up against Mongols or Berbers, because they'll just spam camels at you. Humans, of course, can do cavalry, but it's still a tricky civ to work with. So we'll see what we're gonna get here. Well, what we do get is a game 4. That is a certainty. Depending on who wins this, we either get a game 5 or we're gonna go into the next set. So let's get started. Blah, 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 blah. Better Sif's Revenge. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That was my contention as well. All right, let me pull up the game here. Let's see. And it will load, but we'll probably have some spec delay. Wanna bet? Yeah, 95 seconds of spec delay, of course. Okay, well, I guess we'll have you guys look at the civs a little bit more. I don't know what civs are gonna go for. I mean, Celts, right? I mean, it's not like the best civilization on Arabia, really. Like, your archers are okay, but not the best, because you missed Bracer. Your cavalry is kind of shite, even though you have Paladin. Infantry is good, pretty good, but yeah, the civilizations you're going to be up against will have things to deal with infantry. And especially Berbers, can have cavalry, camel archers as well. That's going to be a problem for Cumans if they want to go for Kipchak, that's for sure. Although Kipchak are actually more OP than some people think. Like, I always, like me, sometimes I think, oh, Kipchak, they don't have Bracer, they must be pretty shit. But I'm telling you, if you play CBA and you get a ball of 60 Kipchak in front of you, those things massacre everything. So many archers are being fired. You want to blot out the sun? That's how you do it with Kipchak. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what civilization I would go for here as Vinchester. I mean, I'd probably pick Sicilians or Berbers because Mongols is a risk, right? Because the mid game is kind of iffy for Vinchester. For Wang, as Celts are the best civ on Arabia. Yes, of course. For Wang, it is that is the case. Did you also know that he just passed the 10,000 games benchmark? He played 10,000 games. A crazy bastard. Seriously. That's like, he played on average 14 games a day. Like, that's... I don't even make 14 games a week at that. I don't play enough for that, that's for sure. And guys, ooh, look what we got here. We got the 4th game between Vinchester and Kasva. Let's make Vinchester blue again. There we go. And yep, there you go. Vinchester has gone for Berbers and Kasva has countered with Japanese. So I figured Berbers. I wasn't sure about what the counter was going to be, but evidently it's Japanese for Kasva. And Wang is a beast, isn't he? He is a beast. I hope that I maybe one day will get to play against him, but of course the chances of that are very low because the guy is not only a beast with a very good one-trick, very good all-in strategy. He's also pretty high elo. So yeah, I'm not gonna get matched against him in any time soon. Anyways, let's have a look at the bases for the players. And oh boy, is Kasva's base kind of bad. Ooh, I don't like that at all. Look at that. A forward main gold on a hill. Forward berries next to a hill. And no wood in front of it either. So it's very open over here on those hills. He does have wood lines, but these wood lines are kind of weird. You can easily tower that one. That barely counts as a wood line at all. And then there's this one, which is far away. So yeah, I don't like Kasva's base. I don't like it at all. That gold is far away, of course, and then the other gold is over here. So the golds are spread out. At least they can all be denied at the same place. But you can't deny one games are very entertaining games to watch, and I will not deny that. I definitely will not deny that. They are indeed very entertaining. So if Kasva does pick Celts and decides to go for a Wang strategy, then I will be all for it. I'll be a fan. That is a really big risk. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to pick Celts if he loses this game and we go to a game 5. That'd be very risky. But hey, not everything is possible. Anyways, for Vinchester has a similar situation, right, where the front of his base is very open. Has a forward gold as well, but at least it's not on a hill. It's kind of between these wood lines. If you wall there, at least that gold is kind of safe. Has berries in the back. That's kind of nice as well, so that the pressure doesn't come in there on the front. There's a gold out here, out in the open. The other gold is on the other side of this wood line. That is a really bad gold. That's not a gold you can take anytime soon. Now, we also need to check the stone location. Let's see. Stone forward. Oof. Stone in the back. That's okay. Yeah, if you wall here, you can take this gold without... you can take this stone relatively easily. And the reason why you always need to think about camel archers is because they are such beastly units. We saw that in the previous set, right? Where cavalry archers did such a great job at denying at killing knights and also stopping cavalry archers from being produced. You know, camel archers are insanely strong, insanely strong. If you can master them, that is. You do need to master them a little bit. Need some numbers, although in small numbers they are already effective. More so than crossbows, that's for sure. Because camel archers have 7 base attack, crossbows only 5, and that's a big difference, especially up against knights. Now that doesn't mean Japanese are gonna go for knights here. I expect men-at-arms from Kasva because it's such a dangerous strategy as well. Think about it, men-at-arms that attack faster, 0.5 seconds faster actually. Yeah. Those are pretty strong here. They might catch the Berber player off guard a little bit. Although Berber villagers, of course, can easily run away from that. But yeah, and after that, I expect archer play from the Japanese player. I don't think we're going to get to see a lot of Japanese infantry because, well, the Berbers are not going to make a lot of infantry to counter. So it's pikemen and that's about it. Also, Berbers get fully upgraded champions, but again, you do not want to make champions against Japanese because they will absolutely shred you. They will immediately kill you. Like, Japanese can always win the 1v1 infantry fights. Pretty much always. Unless it's like Jaguar Warrior versus Samurai Warrior is pretty even, because the Jaguar Warrior also gets plus 10 attack versus all infantry. While the Samurai Warrior gets plus 10 attack versus all unique units. So it makes Japanese so dangerous on Castle Blood automatic. It's just not funny. Especially if you're stuck with like Goths or with like especially with another infantry unique unit civ. That's not fun. That is not fun when you're up against Japanese. Those freaking things shred everything. So evidently, Vinchester is going to wall the back of his base. Unfortunately, he's going to choose not to wall out here. I mean, it's a choice, right? These walls are... Well, it's not less walling necessarily, but it's less risky walling. So I understand that. There's always an opponent scout at large, you know, that could easily kill you. As what's going on over here, we got Vinchester just being annoying with his scout. Militia, though, on the way forward. They're going to be men-at-arms anytime soon here. And the Berber player is just going to have to go for straight archers then. Yeah, he's on gold. He is on gold. He might expect he sees the gold here from the Japanese player. Was 2 on gold. He might expect the men-at-arms to come forward. Hasn't seen the barracks yet, though. So he doesn't know for sure. But he might have decided to go for his own either counter men-at-arms, which might not work against Japanese. Because, again, stronger men-at-arms. Or just go straight into archers here. But yeah, that's giving Kasva a whole lot of time for some damage. And look at these freaking small walls as well. Look at that. Look how cramped this economy is. Like, this is the protection for your economy. It's like a sliver of protection right there. Scouts chasing each other away. And this is also the thing with Japanese, right? They have so many options. Their tech tree is very open, especially until Imperial Age. Then it gets a little bit more cramped because the cavalry line is not as strong. But until then, they have a lot of options. Now, I was pretty sure there was a hole between these two, the palisade wall and the lumber camp, but of course I'm proven wrong by this. It's so difficult to tell on a hill, honestly. And just over here as well, like, doesn't that look like a hole? Like, so it's just so inconsistent, like what looks like a hole and what is actually a hole. It's hard to tell that way. Oh well. Yeah, Kasva for now. We're perfectly happy to just use his men-at-arms to try to get in here. Maybe Vinchester will make a mistake. If anything, he still needs to. He's forcing some idle time, forcing some repairs from this villager, which is now basically repairing most of the time and not moving. I mean, not chopping wood. But yeah, there's that. Archer coming out though for Vinchester, and the archer will be able to counter the men-at-arms with some good micro. Although no fletching on that one as well. Scout for Kasva going down to the scout from Vinchester, which that scout is really weak as well. So yeah, that scout goes down as well. But yeah, he will not need the scout anymore. He needs the archers. Although Vinchester didn't really scout Kasva's base that much. Kasva did get more scouting of Vinchester's base, but again, also not exhaustively. So you know. Both players don't have that much scouting information now. And okay, nice. Men-at-arms do some damage to the archer, but again, some HP damage, it doesn't really matter to archers. They're still just as dangerous until they die. So yeah, not a whole lot of value from those Japanese men-at-arms. And that's mainly due to the fact that Vinchester went for these cramped walls, you know. Cramped walls so he could easily protect himself. Yeah, now archers are going to be coming out for Vinchester and he will be doing fine. Kasva, in the meantime, has added 2 archer ranges. And Kasva, he's like, unlike other players who don't do this a lot, Kasva has been doing this a lot, actually. Like this set, he did it twice. Twice already, and it's the 3rd time. Double archer range for him, and he will go for some archers and for some skirmishers. Now, the risk, of course, again, for going double archer range archers is that it is counterable by 1 range skirms, and that's less investment as well. So that's why pro players, what they prefer to do is go 1 archer range and then invest in a whole bunch of farms, right? As we have army from Vinchester going forward, at least. Army. It's more a scout at this point than anything else. That's what the AI would do, by the way. Send 1 unit around to scout. It will always have 1 unit scout, you know, at all times. Kasva. Oh, don't wall the... Okay, he's gonna wall like that. Okay. There's 2 palisade walls over here, but, okay. That's... But it's like 4 pieces. Why are we walling like that? I know from the other side army could still come in, but still, right? That's what your army is for, to protect your gold. So I don't know. Anyways, Kasva, ooh, getting in on this woodline as well. Vinchester has to abandon this woodline now because she cannot wall out arrows. And yeah, that's good for Kasva. Doesn't get an eco kill though, so there's that. Vinchester keeps his villagers alive for now. Like I said, speedy Berber villagers can run away, but not that villager. Can't run away from death, now can you? And yeah, it goes down. First eco kill of the game, and Kasva still with an advantage here. So Vinchester, yeah, he will have to defend himself for now. Now Berbers, this is not really their forte, right? Berbers don't really like feudal wars. You don't want to sit in feudal age with Berbers because that sucks. Instead, you want to get to castle age when you can start spamming knights. That's what we're here for, obviously. That's where the party starts. So that's what Kasva will want to try to prevent by putting on the pressure on Vinchester. KD slightly in the favor for Kasva, but it's very even. Yeah, the archers will have to run away now from the military for Vinchester, who also got armor on his skirmishers that will, in theory, delay his castle time, but looking at the resources, he's going to be fine here. Going to be fine, and ooh, another range. You see that? Interesting. You think he's going to make janitors? If he makes janitors, that'd be awesome. That'd be so great. Think about that. Freaking janitors, man. Anyway, the gold for Kasva, not that safe though. I mean, it's still on this hill. It's very open on this side as well, as you can see. You know, he's not really protected yet with buildings. That probably doesn't really feel that it's possible to really protect that, but it is giving Vinchester a target. It is giving him a target to send his army towards, and Vinchester's a micro nerd. He doesn't mind sending small groups of army forward to try to get a hit in on these villagers. But yeah, this hill also acts as a nice defensive spot for Kasva and his own military. Archer going down there for Vinchester. Yeah, this army is not strong enough to take a fight here. He's trying to maybe snipe that skirm, but doesn't get it. In the meantime, we have an archer army going the other way, and Kasva just sold a stone to try to get to the castle age and mimic what Vinchester is doing, because Vinchester just clicked up, his score dropped as a result, and yeah, Kasva probably noticed that, immediately sold a stone, and boom, goes up the castle age as well to counter that. But he is basically all in now. It's basically all in, as we're gonna get a wall up for Vinchester on this side. That's nice. It's a nice little wall I've got going on. But it does wall out both your extra gold and your stone, which is unfortunate to say the least. Now, you know, what I would do here, like, I mean, I don't have the APM of Vinchester, obviously, but even if I'm, like, in a situation like this, I would just send 1 villager just to wall this anyways. If we're fighting up here, we have the time for that. Just to expand for later. I know palisade walls don't stop army and castle age, but it definitely delays them. Enough for you to take some control of the lands in the back, like an extra wood line and stone. Important, stone. But I wonder what Vinchester's plan is right here, because that second archer range, that's not really what Berbers normally do. Berbers usually go for cavalry spam, right? But that's not what Vinchester's plan is here. It's not what Vinchester's plan is at all, and I don't think that Kasva's gonna mind that. He's not going to mind that at all, honestly, because now it's just archer v archer, something that Berbers do not have an advantage in necessarily over Japanese. So I mean, both got all the upgrades, so it's not... Yeah, there's really no difference, really. And the Vinchester just sending a little army around, but like, look, because we didn't wall here, now this army can walk all the way to the back of your base. I know they can't do damage there, but still, it can get to the back of your wood line as well, instead of walling that. You know, the wall in front over here, now you have to abandon your wood line. Whoops. Although they could sit right there, so I guess that wouldn't work anyway, so... Still. Let's see where Kasva is right now. Front of Vinchester's base, and he's gonna kill the skirmisher that's being chased by a lion, and now the lion can kill the skirmisher. Very much fun. Panic TC on the gold. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Vinchester must get this TC up. A crossbow upgrade 2 seconds away. Crossbow upgrade is in. He's going to try the house wall behind us. Now the crossbow is going to break through the palisade wall. The TC has to go up here. It has to go up. I think it will go up. Just enough panic for Vinchester to get the TC up. Protect his 1 gold. His 1 gold. Because if these crossbows had gotten in here, it would have been GG. Absolutely GG. Well, maybe not GG, but very, very close to GG. Almost GG. Half G. It's just G, not GG. Alright, a little army for Vinchester going down in the back of his base. Minimal losses for Kasva, so he'll be okay with that one. Bringing his army back as well, because he wasn't able to get that early castlades damage done with it. It's elite skirm for now for Vinchester. He's just going to stick with that. 3 archery ranges, though. Is he going to do it? No, crossbows. Okay, he's just going to go crossbows. Boo! Boring. Nah, just kidding. It's the right choice. Imagine if he goes janitors here. It's not the worst unit in the world. Janitors are actually not the worst unit in the world. I know people say, oh, it's such a trash unit, blah, blah, blah. But if you're making knights, having janitors to keep up with your army is very nice. You know? And especially if you're up against, you know, it's just another unit that you can use against Huns. They want to go for cavalry archers, you just make the literal counter. I mean, camel archers is better because they're actually, you know, they're a power unit. They can actually do damage. But yeah, janitors are easier to mass, easier to get, and also cheaper. So, Kasva is slowly making his way forward as Vinchester double palisade gate at his front there. That's funny. That looks kind of cool. Well, the TC will protect the gold villagers a little bit, and yeah, Kasva. I mean, Vinchester's not putting a whole lot of villagers on wood, and that tells me he just wants to boom. He doesn't actually want to go for a whole lot of crossbows then, because otherwise, you know, you would have more villagers on crossbows. As Kasva walks in, sees the TC, is like, okay, my work here is done, and he will walk away again. The same time, Kasva also migrating against these skirmishers at the front here, which Vinchester is going to pull back now, back to his own base, where they will probably get slaughtered by the crossbows. Nice little split there for Kasva. Of course, Vinchester does not have ballistics just yet on these skirmishers, sniping the cheap one, the weak one as well. But neither does Kasva as well. He doesn't have ballistics either, which is would come in very handy here. So he's just gonna pull up and bring in his mangonel, which and another one actually. That's a new one because this one is the old one and it's getting repaired by a villager right now. And ooh, nice shot there. And instantly, Vinchester dropping a siege workshop in the front as well. But is that gonna go up? No, it is not gonna go up. He'll have to get it inside his base, which is not ideal. And look at this beautiful hill for Kasva to push from. Beautiful, you get the hill bonus against other mangonels. Kasva, I mean Vinchester, if he wants to defend, he'll have to be in the low ground against you. But you want janitors? Oh, you want janitors, do you? Sorry, I didn't see that, did I? So did I, actually. So did I. If you get enough upgrades in Imperial Age, they can actually kill villagers, you know, you can raid with them. Pretty cool. As yeah, the cavalry, the archery range is gonna go down here, and I wonder if maybe going Berber cavalry here wouldn't have been much better for Vinchester, who is on 57 villagers, Kasva only on 50, but Kasva also has wheelbarrows, so really it's only a 4 villager difference. Mangonel coming out now for Vinchester, so Kasva needs to be very careful here. He does not want to let his crossbows be squashed here, because he's not making anymore. He's trying to catch up in the boom as well. He's on 2 town centers. There's also some crossbows coming around to the other side. Mangonel shot, gets the Mangonel shot, nice. But now Kasva will know what's out there. He will know what's out there. kills the second archer range, and yeah, the production for Vinchester is now basically 1. Crossbow's making it to the back here, but oh boy, there's a hole. Oh, Kasva. Oh! Oh, he sees it. He sees it. He sees it. Gets the house formation up, pulls the villagers away. Yes, nice. Okay, see, at least he's aware of that. At the same time, oh, double kill there from Vinchester. Deletes his mangonel so he can kill the villager, the mangonels on the hill. Gets both. Wow, nice shot there. Great shot there from him. KD slightly still in favor for Kasva, but Vinchester is doing all he can to stay in this game, despite the pressure from Kasva here. Also forcing Kasva to send back his army as well. Which, yeah, that's also good for Vinchester. This is buying him some time to stabilize his economy at home. As Kasva still does not have ballistics, so it's difficult to kill these freaking ranged units anyways. Which have not gotten that much value, but I think the most valuable thing here is the fact that they forced Kasva to return here, and now there's no pressure on the front anymore. What's that? That's a house. Okay, yeah. I mean, you can still got rid of all these archer ranges, still opened up the front of Vinchester's base, so that's good. But yeah, Vinchester has 74 villagers now. He's been booming like crazy on 3 TCs, and Kasva's only on 2. He's on 57. So all that extra aggression now, it's not really paying off yet, right? Yeah, 2v1 mango trades are the best. Yeah, and it's especially good for Vinchester, because Kasva has to bring his mangonels all the way from the back of his base. Like, this is where the siege workshop is. And Vinchester, buying some stone, has been on stone for a while as well. He's like, nah mate, I'm gonna drop a castle right in front of my base. Camel archers can come out now, and I love camel archers, but Imperial Age for Kasva, so he's gonna go fast imp on Vinchester. So let's see what's better here. Eco with Berbers or imp with Japanese. Of course, you can get Arbalest, which is pretty sweet. You can get some bombard cannons out as well. Wait, do Japanese have bombard cannons? Hang on, let me check that real quick. I could check that. Not cheating. No, they don't. Okay, they don't. They don't. They do have good trebuchets, though, I guess. Yeah, it's a great castle. I like that as well. Especially because it protects your stone. It allows you maybe to take the gold a little bit. Or at least, if you get raided here, you can run away to the castle. Another raid from Vinchester. And Vinchester looking good. He's looking good. He's making it work. And Kasva is going to need a miracle in the he's going to really need to make... Well, not a miracle, but need to make the fast imp work here. That's what he needs. Still no ballistics from either player, so yeah. Lots of missile shots missing, but 2 kills there for Vinchester. Where is Kasva's other army? He had another army. Oh, there it is. Oh, still keeping it at home then. Well, he of course doesn't want to lose his crossbow mass, because, well, that's what's supposed to be Arbalest now. But he's going to go to the back of his base with a mangonel to try to defend here. Let's see what Vinchester can do. He's paying attention. Vinchester saw that. He moved his crossbows. Dodges a shot there. And let's see, clicks at the imp as well. And yeah, now Kasva has 3 minutes basically. 3 minutes to push. And he has to do something in 3 minutes, because if he doesn't, then Vinchester, is just going to be able to outspam it with more. Wait, he's still going to make crossbows here, because you don't get Arbalest, so why would you do that? Yeah, mangonel shot lands. The crossbow should deal with this. Imperial Age now for Kasva. Let's see what he's going to make do with it, of course. Getting his upgrades now, Bracer, Chemistry, can get Arbalest as well. But no push. No push. It is still Vinchester who is pushing Kasva a little bit. And Kasva is putting out fires everywhere. You know, he's buying some stone there. So he can go for another TC on a gold over here to keep himself a little bit safe. But I know Japanese don't have a lot of mobility in Imperial Age. Like, yes, they do have light cap. Maybe even Hussar, actually. But they don't... You don't have bloodlines as well. So it's not the worst thing in the world if we get... sniping that mangonel. Very nice. But the best way to kill with Japanese is to push down the middle with trebuchets. And that's not happening right now. There's not a castle up over here as well. No, nothing on stone for Kasva either. So yeah, now he's gonna go to stone, but there's already 2 castles which he doesn't even know about. Oh, he doesn't know about it. If he had known about the castle, he would have gone to stone, I'm sure. Because now you need something. Because remember, you don't get siege ram with Japanese. You don't. You don't get siege ram. You only get cap ram. So you need trebuchets here. No bombard cannons. either. So castles, I mean, Capturing will do it, but eh. And now you still only see 2 castles on either side. A third castle going up will go up here for Vinchester. And he is playing the late game, man. He's keeping himself safe for a second for now. Even a tower on the wood line, wow. It's like AoE 4. A tower in your wood. Yeah, right. He's keeping himself safe for now. Now he gets Imperial 8. Now he can get... Yeah, he's going to go for Camel Archers. Yes! Awesome. When you have 3 castles, there's absolutely no... Which archers died on TC? Where? Oh, it must have been somewhere else. I must have missed that. But yeah, if you have 3 castles, there is absolutely no reason to not make the unique unit, right? And Camel Archers will do fine against Arbalests. You know, Camel Archers will have more attack than the Arbalests as well. Less range, but more attack. Also more base pierce armor, I think. Yeah, only 1 for the Arbalest. 0 for the Arbalest, or 1 for the Camel Archers, but don't get killed there though. Snipes the Mangonel, very nice. And now Kasva sees another castle up. Oh god. Berber player is just fortifying his front on all sides here. Tower here, yeah, 2 villagers go down, but you can sit in the tower, very nice. And these Arbalests now have to run away somewhere else. No ballistics yet for Vinchester. Should probably get that upgrade if he's gonna go for this kind of unit. Tower going up on the farmland as well to stop these Arbalests from coming through. Skirmishers, but we do not have the final armor upgrade just yet, so they will die to this quite quickly. But yeah, the watchtower will push this away, at least. Although, yeah, Kasva might decide to just keep going, keep running through. But I love all the little towers, though. I kind of like all the towers. Because all of this is raidable, right? All of this can be raided by military. Look, now you just sit under your tower. But Kasva interested in sitting right underneath that. At the same time, a TC going up over here on the gold. You know, Kasva wants to protect his gold. Mining operation, but that should not get denied by skirmishers. As murder hole should come in right now, so you can kill these freaking Arbalests. Now the final armor upgrade did come in, so yeah, sending a few skirmishers now will clear that army up as well. Villagers still dying on this woodline. I mean, skirmishers with Imperial Age upgrades can kill villagers. I mean, they have, what, 7 attack. That is enough. We got a bunch of skirmishers as well. Not a good fight for Kasva. He's fighting uphill against skirmishers that have downhill bonus damage against them. And also just because they're skirmishers. So many Arbalests going down. The army count for Kasva is not looking good. For Vinchester looking really good. Yeah, honestly... By the mango of bench that I was shooting the TC. Oh, okay. I missed that. I must have missed that. You mean over here, right? Okay. And see that. Nice catch. And yeah, this part of Kasva's economy is idle right now. Lots of villagers. It's 86 villagers, right, versus 116. I must say that the faster imp for Kasva hasn't really paid off. He's not making a power unit. He's making skirmishers. There's no push going on through the middle. Camel archer numbers are gonna grow here. Camel coming forward for Vinchester as he's gonna push closer and closer. I would have liked that castle right there. After you gain map control, right? After you gain military control here, to drop the castle right here on the stone. You can start trapping down Kasva's base. This castle is a bit conservative, but it will go up at least, or at least it should. It should at least if you throw in enough units here to this. Yeah, it's almost on 50%. Should be fine. Still, skirmish is denying an entire TC from functioning. And now a bombard cannon on the hill coming out. Nice snipe on the villager. Very nice. Castle in the middle goes up. Kasva retreating. And oh yeah, light cav about to come out as well. Hussar is about to come out as well. Or maybe even knight. Because your opponent is making a whole bunch of skirmishers. So there's absolutely no reason as Berbers not to go for some cavalier. Why not? Why not? As Kasva is dropping a castle on the right side of his base to keep himself safe. You're kind of doing the same thing that Vinchester was doing before, but Vinchester's castles cover more of the map, and especially more of the middle of the map, and that's in the end where the game is lost or won. Okay, it's not going to be Cavalier, it's going to be Hussar then for Berbers. That is something that they like doing after all. DC goes down, that castle could go down to a bombard cannon as well. And yes, you did see that correctly, it's a golden boy. I liked that mod, so I kept it. It doesn't really change the appearance anyways, it just gives him a golden helmet. As two bombard cannons going forward as well, something the Japanese cannot do, which is kind of a problem, right? It's, yeah, I agree. This is not looking good for Kasva. It's not looking good. He's trying to get his army numbers up again, but this is about it. This is it right here. And the economy for Vinchester should be much better. One, it's Berber economy. Two, it's 136 villagers versus 109. So way more spam for him, as Vinchester is... Well, maybe we should patrol into this fight a little bit better. But yeah, Kasva says GG. He didn't want to call it, but he has to call it because it is a win for Vinchester. Playing it really safe with Berbers. You know, not going for any all-in aggression and things like that. Just keeping himself safe. And Kasva, unfortunately, cannot close out this game. And we're going to go to a game 5. That's the word. Not game fuck. That's the wrong word. Come on. Hashtag PG stream. Yeah, nicely played there by Vinchester. Really nicely done as well. You know, just never allowing Kasva to get any counter damage in, really. I mean, look at the eco KD. Only 10 villagers killed, and that was only by these arbalests in the back of Vinchester's base. And that was about it. For the rest, complete control over the middle. Never let go. It didn't even make a whole lot of units either. He didn't make a whole lot of units. He just kept himself safe and was annoying with skirmishers. Yeah, and the thing is also, Kasva as a result didn't really know what to make here either, because if you go all skirmishers here, then Berbers might spam cavalry at you. But if you try to make pikemen preemptively, then it's just going to be camel archers, and of course the skirmishers are still there. Or Genitor. Too bad we didn't get to see that one. But GG. Let's have a look at that. At those statistics here. Kablam! Yeah, better KD for Vinchester, but not significantly, right? Because he was making skirms. He was making trash as well, so you're not going to get a great KD with that. So that makes sense. Basically, they were trading trash here and there, but Kasva lost a lot of arbalest, and that early Imperial Age did not really work out for him. It didn't really do enough for him, right? He was still dealing with raids in the back of his base, and by the time he had arbalest, he still had to take fights at the front of his base. That's the thing. When you go fast imp, you want to immediately be able to get value, and as you can see, he actually was losing army in the back of his base there. So it's that was the problem there. And then Vinchester, with the better economy, just went up the imp straight behind it, dropped some castles to delay the attacks from Kasva, which he didn't know about, those castles at least. I didn't think he did, because he ran right into one. And that delayed everything. And Japanese have a hard time pushing castles, because no bombard cannons, no siege ram. You have to basically go for cap ram or for trebuchet, and that's about it. Yeah, more villages for Vinchester. Look at this, the difference in economy as well. Yeah, this is the window right here. This is your window. You can't do it in that window, then your fast imp is not going to really do much. You have to do damage there. As we have a nice little peak there for the actions per minute. Very nice. But yeah, we're probably going to go to a game 5 once more. Let me update the scoreboard, because it's not a 1-1. It is 2-2, although it ends up being the same, you know, relatively. There we go. And let's see if I have the second game already. Yep, there we go. Perfect stuff. Let's go. Unless you want to look at the drafters really quickly. They'll probably have spec delay, so we'll get to look at the draft for a second there. So yeah, let's get into that. And let's see if we can find it. Spectate games. Is it up already? No. Or is it? Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy now, Mr. 5. We want to get this game going. Are they still in the lobby browser then? Because sometimes I get the idea, but the lobby hasn't actually gone live yet, so that happens as well. Nope, that's not the case. But let's refresh that menu. And can I find it now? No. Okay, well, we'll use the link then. Oh, no. We'll use the link. That's okay. That's what AoE2.net is very, very handy for. Yep, there we go. And oh boy. Oh boy. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun, you guys. No spec delay, by the way. So we're going to get straight into this game. So no way to look at the draft, but honestly, we don't need to look at the draft because the only thing you need to be looking at is this right here. Welcome to Game 5 between Vinchester and Kasva, and they've both gone for the most, for the more risky civ in their draft. It is Celts for Kasva, it is Mongols for Vinchester. I couldn't have wished for a better civ matchup, honestly. I think it's fantastic. I love it. Alrighty, well, that's gonna be fun then, huh? So, now, why can we get so excited over this? Now, for one, Mongols' fast rushing potential, right? With the hunt, potential laming as well. So Kasva should be really careful about not getting lamed here. And he's bringing in his rhino already before he goes to wood. You know, just swapping up the order a little bit because he does not want to get that 4 rhino lamed, and instead might go for a counter lame himself. As Vinchester's just happily pushing in some zebras. He's not going to go for a lane. His rhinos are one over here, the other one over there. Kasva is coming on from the left side. He's probably looking for a lane. So I hope for Vinchester's sake that he knows his rhino is there. And if he's paying attention to this with his scout. His scout is on the back of his base. Kasva coming in from the left. From the right, I mean. Oh, but he's going to go down here. He might just miss this rhino then. Oh, he's just going to miss it. Oh, that's so lucky for Vinchester. If Kasva had found that rhino right there, it would have so been a lane. In any case. But yeah, fast rush potential with the fast hunt, obviously, right? So that's what Mongols are dangerous for. But the mid game, kind of a problem. You don't have an eco bonus, you kind of fall behind. But Celts are also a tricky pony. You know, they might even be a one-trick pony. Now, that's not true. Celts actually have lots of options as well. It's just that there's this one famous strategy that one certain player from Vietnam always performs with varying degrees of success, but more success than anyone else. It's such a great strategy to watch. Now, I wouldn't assume that Kasva is going to go for this titular Wong rush, but, well, we can cross our fingers and hope, right? And honestly, right, against Mongols, which... And I need to find something out right now. Hang on, let me get into the real game and let's check something here. I need to know one thing here. This is really important. Because if you need to know one thing about Mongols, they have trash monks. Yes! Oh yeah! I needed to know for sure because I wasn't sure about it, but Mongols lack a certain monk upgrade that is very important to have when you're up against Celts. It's redemption. Mongols don't have redemption. They have really bad monks as is already. They don't have redemption. If you get Wong Rush, the one upgrade that you want to have is redemption on your monk so you can convert enemy siege. Vinchester can't do that. He can't do it. He also can't steal these sheep back because Celts, once one unit is in the range of the sheep, they always get the sheep, even though they belonged to someone else and someone else still has a unit near them. It doesn't matter. As long as one Celt unit is within the range of the sheep, they cannot be converted, and you can just steal them as well. So actually, Celts actually a pretty good laming civ. Like you can just run right next to a town center, steal all their goats, even if they're taking them right at that second. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I wonder if Kasva is going to do it. Do you think he's going to do it? Is he going to pull a Wong? Now, Vinchester is going to try to avoid that from happening, obviously. He's going to prevent that from happening, I mean. He's going up quite quickly here. 19 pop scouts. That's very doable with Mongols, of course, with all that extra food that you get really quickly from the hunt, which is why his score is significantly higher than Kasva, even though Kasva scouted more. You know, as you can see, yeah. Well, it's not significantly more. It's quite even, but it's mostly the hunt. You know, bringing in a lot of extra food. I wonder what Kasva is going to be planning to do here. He's not going to go fast castle. That's too risky. That doesn't work, especially not with his map. It's very open. The gold is forward. The berries are forward. All its golds are forward as well. No. But this might be men-at-arms or straight archers, something. He has to do something, right? If he can get the castlate first and get a siege push going with monks and knights, hey, Wong made it happen, and it looks so cool. It is so much fun, and it is very much more fun for you if your opponent doesn't have redemption. Because that is the best tool against a long rush, when you can convert their knights and convert their siege. That's the best way to do it. But certain civs don't get redemption. I'm talking about Chinese. I'm talking about, well, Mongols. That's just a big problem. It really is. But yeah, Feudal Age, of course, already for Vinchester. As Kasva, yep, he's making the men-at-arms right now. So those are going to go forward, and Vinchester will have to deal with that. He can't stop it from happening, obviously, but he does know it's coming. So he's gonna wall a little bit around his berries, wall into his TC, so the men-at-arms have to walk around if they want to get to the berries, take some shots as well. That's a very smart strategy. For the rest, this wood line. He's taking only one wood line right now. I would have taken this wood line as well, but that's just me. Like, I don't like double lumber camping my wood lines. Because then the wood line goes, it depletes much faster than it normally would, right? Like, because it's double the villagers chopping it. And also, if your opponent finds a way to deny that wood line, you suddenly lose your entire wood economy instead of half. So that's my reasoning, but yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna question it. I'm also agreeing that this is an awkward wood line, which is there a hole there? No, that should link up. Quick walls coming in as well for Vinchester on his berries to keep himself safe, but not on the wood. As Vinchester can quick wall it now, but he's just going to fight with villagers and the scout. There's 4 scouts. That is the right number to win against men-at-arms. 1 scout going down already, though. The scout for Vinchester going down. Another one. Scout for Kasva has gone down as well, but I would be very happy with this, honestly. 2 scouts going down. My men-at-arms are still alive, and you still can't really beat this. This is good. Remember, the early rushing potential from Mongols is an early scout rush. And now that scout rush is delayed and it's only 3 scouts still. So you're giving yourself a lot of time to wall up, to get some spearmen out. Yeah, I would be happy with that one. And sending, of course, a little army forward, a little Leary army or a little classic pro army or a Vinchester army. Oh, wait, and now it's a Kasva army. Yeah, just a few spearmen and 1 archer. An archer that is not meant to kill villagers, although you will take it if you can have it. And mostly to delay, to deny, to be annoying. Vinchester drops an outpost on the left side so he gets some more vision over there, just to see if his opponents are making his way that way. Let's see. Now you can see exactly where Kasva is going with that army. Hello, Kasva. Where are you going with that army? Just like the Saracen campaign, as we have scouts in on Kasva's wood line, but Kasva is fighting with villagers, has loom. There's not a whole lot of scouts here, but oh, now it's 3 scouts. That's getting dangerous. 1 villager could go down here. 1 villager does go down. Spearman pushing the scouts away now. And the first eco kill of the game is for Vinchester. Kasva, though, still keeping, being annoying in the back of Vinchester's base, but Vinchester has made some skirmishes to push this away, and this game is already very tense and close. One thing, I just noticed. Look at the vill difference. That's a 3 villager difference. Vinchester killed 1 villager, yes, but also look at the TC idle time here for Kasva. It's a lot more than it is for Vinchester, and as a result, he's a bunch of villagers behind, and that is a problem in the early game. It really is, because look at this right there. That is basically villager work time in minutes. It's significantly higher for Vinchester because he has more villagers working, so more work minutes, right? And and also like it's the same efficiency, but there's more villagers working with that same efficiency. It's more resources. So yeah, I don't know. Now, because Vinchester did drop an outpost, doesn't mean he can't drop a 3rd TC in the next stage, but well, we're not quite there yet. I'm not sure yet what Vinchester's plan is going to be. If he's gonna go all in cavalry archers, or if he's gonna go for a crazy boom into Mangudai. He's not on stone or anything, so it doesn't tell me yet. He's not on gold. He's only now on gold, so he can go to the castlate. Food count looking alright. Food count for Kasva looking a bit less, although it looks really nice. 69. Nice. And Kasva's base on the right is still very open as well. There's a lot of places that can be raided here. Like, his base is looking very awkward, as you can see. Very awkward. This is an awkward base. I told you that this site was quite open, and yeah. And now Vinchester coming in with some skirmishes on the gold mine as well. And now you have to abandon that gold mine. Nope, you have to run out of there. And yeah. Scout player, maybe he might have to make some scouts here, and that's exactly what he's doing as well. But those scouts are going forward. They're not in the back of your base to protect you. One villager running away, but this one wood line that is safely being taken here by Kasva is about to get, about to get denied here by the skirmishers. Yep, that's going to be annoying to deal with. Now, Kasva is going forward here to get some counter damage in, but Vinchester house walling, towering his main goal, and those archers are not going to get through here because the tower will go up in time. 89, 90, yeah, it will go up, and Kasva runs away. Very good from Vinchester. That was a good tower. That was the right tower. That was the tower you needed there. Spearman being very annoying and disallowing Vinchester from engaging against the scouts from Kasva. But remember, Kasva making scouts here is going to delay his castle time significantly. And the key to a long rush, you have to be in castle age as fast as you can before they do. That's important. You have to be in castle age before they do, preferably. Or at least be there at the same time, but you immediately start pressuring. Because it's all about time. If your opponent can get a nice army out, a long rush doesn't work anymore. Like, the whole point of a long rush is to stop your opponent from ever getting to a mass, ever getting to an army at all. You know, anything. Like, they're just hopelessly defending against your push. Like, that's the beauty of a long rush. But the longer you wait, the longer it continues, the better it will get for your opponent, because you are going to tank your economy doing a long rush. So yeah, like, if Kasva is hoping to do something like that, a siege push against the Mongol player, it's gonna be very difficult now, because Vinchester clicking up here and Kasva is not up to castle age. Had to defend himself, his base was not protected, and he had to make a bunch of scouts to deal with his opponent's skirmishers. That was like 5 scouts he created, and that is 400 food right there. That's the food he needed to be able to click up right now, but that's, yeah. Not going to happen. It is a nice farming economy, so it shouldn't take too long to get up, but it will take some time. And in that time, Vinchester, he's going to get some knights out as well. Dropping a range as well, as we have a slight pause, but we didn't get to see that. That's nice. Sec mouse disconnected or something like that. Kasva on the gold for Vinchester, though. The tower doesn't shield him from every side. As the villager does go down because it was on the wrong side of the mining camp. It's a nice snipe there for Kasva, and also his first eco kill in this game. Yeah, knight upgrades coming in here as Vinchester wants to house wall behind this, gets the house walls up, gets a lot of HP on them so far. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. And now he has time to bring in the skirmishers and maybe time to snipe some of these archers. Now, skirmishers, of course, cannot fight against these scouts. Oh, the spearmen weren't anywhere close. Now it's a tricky army to fight against for Kasva. He doesn't want to lose his archers, that's why. Yeah, cancelates now for Vinchester, and Kasva is still 2.5 minutes away from this. And what are we getting? No! Vinchester! Vinchester! He's making step lancers! He's making step lancers! Let's go! Step lancer pug! Gotta love it. Archers go down, and now the step lancers come. And look how fancy they look, yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna win him the game for sure. Step lancers OP. I mean, they are worse than knights, just saying. But well, they won't be worse than Celt knights. So why not? Why not go for step lancers? I mean, they do have less pierce armor. That's really the thing, right? They have a good amount of HP with Mongols, because you do get extra HP on your units on step lancers and light cav line. But they have less melee armor, less pierce armor, less attack. So they're basically a cheaper version of a knight that is worse, right? But they are pretty good at sniping vills. They have a ranged melee attack after all, as you can see, one range. So they can snipe, they can stack together a little bit better and fight like that. Now, Vinchester is mostly going to make cavalry archers here, so that is the plan. He's also going to try to add some villages at the same time, and he is on stone. And that town center might just go up just for the protection, right? He's actually idling his T-Siege right now. This might just be for the protection. We want the units that we don't see frequently. Exactly. Even if it doesn't make a lick of sense, we still want to see them. Now, as a result of Vinchester trying to do a whole lot of things at the same time, it's not like a very strong push. Like, there's no army that is getting upgraded right now. There's no, like, giant ball of army that is killing Kasva as is. You know, he's being raided a little bit. Kasva has to abandon that wood line, go to this one. It's not the most effective wood economy, that's for sure. But he's going to be able to get more economy out than Kasva, because I'm not sure if Kasva is going to drop TCs. Actually, he's selling stone. You see that? He's selling stone, buying food and wood. He's buying wood because he doesn't have anything. Doesn't have a lot of wood economy because it's only one wood line for him that he's using. He's not using the one on the front. That can get raided, of course, but still. And he bought some wood, of course, to get a siege workshop up so he can get some scorpions out with Celts. Scorpions are a pretty good counter to cavalry archers, but step lancers. Oh, and Kasva, he played so well too. Wins the first and the third game, and he's quite behind in this game. Look at that army count, 14-2. 14-2, and it's not just trash units for Vinchester, it's cavalry archers, and those numbers are getting larger and larger, and overwhelming your opponent is very possible. And Kasva says GG, he taps out, good luck next, and Vinchester to closing out the series with step lancers in the last game here, killing the Celt player, who of course does not have the best tools to deal with ranged cavalry archers. And yeah, I mean, it's just really well played by Vinchester, really well done. Keeping himself safe a lot, making sure he couldn't get a lot of counter damage, delaying Kasva, forcing him into some extra scouts, making sure that he delays his own castle time. Vinchester just went up, dropped the town center on stone so he could get a castle up anytime soon, make some cavalry archers to hold yourself over in the meantime, and boom, there you go. It almost sounds too easy. And making 2 step lancers. Look at those units. Look at those pixelated horse butts. I love it. Man, I wish step lancers were actually viable. You know, I wish they would just take away the knight from Mongols and just make step lancers like the equivalent of a knight. You know, something like they did in AoE 4, right? Because Mongols don't get knights. I think they get lancers, but they're about as good. They're the exact same unit with just Civ specific. I don't want that like the exact same unit, but I want it to be competitive, right? That would be cool, and also makes more sense because Mongols. Yes, I know they had heavy cavalry. I know there were some heavy cavalry units from Mongols, but not a whole lot. Knights are really not a Mongol thing. It was mostly light cavalry that defined the Mongol army, which is also why they don't have the last armor upgrade. So that makes sense. Like chainmail is something they would have had. Anyways, wow, what a series though. It was really good. Well, it's really good, and it got better and better as the games continued. And also, Kasva, man, he played out of his mind. He did so well. First and third game were for him, but Vinchester getting the second and the last 2 games. Yeah, closing it out will continue in King of the Desert 4 as a result, you know. And Kasva, unfortunately, has been eliminated and will have to say goodbye to the tournament. But he can be proud of his performance, you know. He bested the Fat Dragon to make it into the tournament, you know, and then still performed quite well as well in the group stages. But yeah, of course, it's still sad to see him go. Let's have a look at... Did I not change the color then? Oh, I didn't change the colors, did I? Whoops. Doesn't matter. Yeah, double the KD for Vinchester here, and this has happened so much, right? Where the cavalry archer player gets a castle age first, and then just overwhelms his opponent with cavalry archers. It's like that. Like cavalry archers don't do well in small units, but they do well if your opponent is not in castle age and doesn't have a military on the field to defend himself. Because if there's no military to defend you, then cavalry archers in small numbers will also overwhelm you. So, yeah, very well played here by Vinchester. I love it. Also, I love the fact he made step lancers. Even if it's just 2 step lancers, that doesn't matter. It's Pog. It's just awesome. And yeah, looking at economy, slightly better for Vinchester. More food too as well. And, you know, slightly more. But it got him to castle age significantly before Kasva. Like, a good 2 minutes there. So that's, yeah. And Kasva couldn't buy himself up. Well, actually he could. He did have stone. He didn't sell it. He sold it afterward, but it was a little bit too late then. I wonder if it might have been worth it to just drop a TC on a wood line somewhere. So you have at least one wood line that is safe, so you can make some seeds and defend yourself. I don't know. Yeah, more villages for Vinchester, but we weren't quite at a point where that would have changed, and yeah. G to the G.